Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight on this Jarvis's Corner, I have Mark Langridge and Stu Wally on the panel, and we will do a panel debate. We will talk about the latest Man United. And today we heard that Mateus Fernandes, West Ham Mateus Fernandes, his price is revealed. We will come to that shortly. We will also talk about Bruno Fernandes. Apparently, we are trying to negotiate a new deal with Bruno. Hopefully, he will stay on for a couple of more years and not go to Saudi, because we all know that he has a release clause, the rumored about £65 million. So he could end up leaving if we can't get this contract ready for him. But I think personally, Bruno will stay. We'll also talk about a little bit about West Ham. There have been a lot of rumors. Nuno Espirito Santos has lost the job as the West Ham manager. Apparently, Scott Parker is coming in, and West Ham is about to offload a lot of players. Mavropanos, we have heard about Bowen, Wan-Bissaka, and a guy that we have been looking at and we have been linked to. And that's Doff, and of course, obviously, Mateus Fernandes. So we could do a West Ham swoop this summer, at least 2 signings from the relegated team. Tonight, we will also have a little debate. We will have a debate on the Premier League. How did it go? I want to know Mark's take on the Premier League season. Who was a surprise team? Who overperformed? Who underperformed? What's your thoughts on Man United? Overall, we will give our judgment and roll the dice. So, guys, it will be very interesting. And I have also prepared a little quiz on this season for my panel. 5 questions. We will see who knows the most about the Premier League season. Is it Mark or is it Stu? I see a lot of you have tuned in already. So guys, smash the like, get those likes in early. Subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. And guys, prepare for a 2-hour marathon show where we will deep dive into Manchester United. So guys, we will be back after the short intro. So see you in 5 seconds. Yes, welcome to the Tactical Devils. It's Monday night, it's 9 p.m, it's Jarvis's Corner. It's time to have a proper footballing debate. And I see a lot of the legends have tuned in already. Tom Porter always coming in early, telling the people, hit the like as you enter. So do as Tom is telling you. We have, who else is it? We have Ram Sharma coming in saying, I think 50 million is still doable for Mateus. He looks worth that. Yes, we will talk about the Mateus Fernandes price tag that's revealed. Irish Pit Terrier Danny B, big up legends, big up Danny B. The Rock says, come in, The Rock. Big up The Rock coming in and say 50 million for a player that got relegated for the 2nd time in a row. It's not overpaying, ? Well, that's the thing that we will try to find out. Who else is in the house? We have Gems. Big up, Gems. Good to see you. I'm glad you tuned in tonight. Also, we coming in with a couple of super chats yesterday and all of that. Thank you so much, Gems. We have United TV. That's Rich coming in. Evening all. And yeah, a lot of you. Is it just me, Gram Sharma, and Monty? All of you guys is coming in. So yeah, it's time to say hi to the panel. And first of all, we have the maestro himself, Mr. Stu Wally. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm too hot, to be honest. It's just I don't know what it's like down by you, Mark, but fuck me, it's 32 up here at the minute, and it really still.
When it's cold, you complain. When it's raining, you complain. When it's warm, you complain. So how about
we
just
complain
appreciating? You know, up in the north now, it's 12 degrees outside and raining. So I've been out for 3 hours now playing golf and freezing my ass off. So you know, my fingers are cold, my joints are cold. Yeah.
Oh, 12 degrees is warm in the UK. That's warm. 32 is just way too much. But the sun sets, what time are we? About 40 minutes tonight. It's going to set, and it's going to slowly drop down to 15 degrees throughout the night. So got a busy week ahead. Got to go to Old Newquay up north on some business. I've got to go local on business tomorrow. So I've got a lot of traveling and driving this week, unfortunately. So I'm not too.
You do have air conditioning in your car, so you know you
I
will
do
be
indeed. Fine. Yes, I do indeed have
leather seats. You know, warm. You just melt into them when you sit down. You know. And,
yeah, I've got nice leathers. Yeah, I've got nice leathers with carbon fiber.
Yeah,
they're really quite nice, and they're
you have like those air channels to cool down the seat.
Yes, in the in the headrest, I've got little air scarf. It's called, and it keeps my wispies. I would need my hair cutting. Haven't had enough time yet, so I'll try and get that done this week. But all in all, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm all good.
I'm glad you're here, and also we have Mark. I've been eager to hear your take on yesterday's game, the last game of the season, 3-0 win over your former club Brighton, and I want to know your take on that one, and also you had a very interesting show yesterday. You know, me in the chat giving you a lot of hard questions. So yeah, good to see you, Mark. So how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Yeah, it was a good show last night. It's tripled the normal amount of people that would watch it. So, you know, for me, my small little channel pushing 400 views is massive when you've only got 150 subscribers. And we went to 151 last night, Jarvis. So we achieved my rather stretched goal for the month with days to spare.
Soon you will reach 500. I'm certain.
Well, that's it. You just got to keep pushing forward. I don't care how long it takes. You know, I've said that from day one. It's about just putting out decent content. And it was some really good discussions went on last night about the future with United and England, and obviously the Brighton game as well.
It's always like this, and always, you know, being a content creator or a YouTuber or whatever you want to call it, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So, you know, you just got to keep on going, and we know all about it. We've been doing this for how many years now, Stu?
I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years. I can't remember. 5 years. Something like
exactly. My channel only started in November.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, we have Sean in the house. Big up, Sean. United versus everybody. Big up, big up. Good to see you, my friend. Sean. And Sean, if you want to come on, let me know in the chat. And you know, we have an extra spot on the panel, so we go through this year's Premier League and talk a little bit. Then I have a quiz prepared for the guys, 5 questions, and I want to know your knowledge about Man United and the Premier League. But first of all, let's go into the first topic, and let's not dwell too much about all this chitty-chatter. This came out today, 3 hours ago, I would say, around that West Ham might ask for about 60 million to sell Mateus Fernandes this summer. Rosen Sport, I think he's connected to the Daily Mail, if I'm not wrong. So again, you know, the mail is coming out, and 60 million is a little bit less than we talked about the other day, but you know, the 43 million they paid for him from Southampton. We also know about apparently the 15% sell-on clause. So first of all, I want to go to Stu. And do you think 60 million is a reasonable price for a player, a youngster, an unproven player like Mateus Fernandes, although the hype?
I think 50 million is a fairer price for him. It could well be that in his contract they've negotiated a relegation clause that allows him to go at a certain amount of money, which is probably 15% higher than it should be, due to that sell-on clause. And I think if you can get him for around 50 million, which I would imagine will do, I think, Danny B's right there, 50 million with maybe 5 in add-ons, I think becomes a decent deal. My overall concern then would be that if we are bringing in a Mateus Fernandes and we're bringing in another player that plays in that number 8 role, which is currently occupied by our captain. And we're going to be talking about certain rumours that we've heard today a little bit later in the show. Then you'd be maybe having a player that's not going to play a required amount of games to warrant 50 or 60 million pounds. Now, people will point at Xerxes and they'll point at Højlund and they'll point at a variety of different players that come through the door at 60, 70, 80 million pounds who haven't played the required amount of games. Different players, we're talking a completely different player to Xerxes, different player to Højlund, Mason Mount, etc. We are talking about a player with a lot of promise, not proven, but a lot of promise. And I think given time, given the right atmosphere, given the right teammates around him, I think he can do more than a job. I think he could be a great asset to us. Now, we do know that he is hugely in favour of working with Bruno. He's come out and said it a million times. That's no big.
Bruno was bold enough to say he wants Mateus Fernandes in the club. That report came out, I would say, a couple of weeks ago. So
yeah, it's no big secret. So
we know that link. The Portuguese.
Yeah, so we know that link, and so for me, could he learn from Bruno for 2 years, and then I don't know. I think if you're going to bring him in, you've got to give him a better path to regular first team football, because he's not going to displace Manu, one wouldn't think. And he's obviously not going to play the deep line role that we need, one wouldn't think. So he's going to occupy the same space as his namesake, Mr. Fernandez Senior, as we'll call him. And so
do you reckon that we won't bring him in a little bit deeper, playing like the Regista type of, the deep line playmaker type of role?
No, we can't afford we can't afford the deep line playmaker. We've got to have somebody in there who's going to break up the play. He doesn't do that. It's not his game. Doesn't do that. So I would consider that you bring him in. He's going to be occupying, as I say, the same space as Fernandez Senior, and I don't know whether that's the right move for us unless we move on Fernandez Senior over the next couple of years. So interesting, but I don't say I don't see him as a six. No, a playmaking six, not at all.
Okay. So same question goes to you, Mark. Do you think 60 million is an overreach for a youngster? Because we talked about 80 million. That was the first reports. Even 85 for a player like Mateus Fernandes. And we know that West Ham needs money and they want to jack up the price. They will try to make it a bidding war. We know that several clubs are interested in him. We know that the report have said that Mateus Fernandes, if he stays in the Premier League or in Britain, he will choose Man United. But we know that PSG are after him. So again, we could see a bidding war if they want a player like Mateus Fernandes in, PSG. So 60 million, is that reasonable, you reckon?
No, I don't think he's even that good. The guy's been relegated back to back. So they bought a relegated midfielder who got them relegated again. He doesn't have that much. Yes, potential is everything. Stu, we talk about potential all the time. But here's your potential. Your potential is getting relegated back to back, and you want to take him to the top of the league. It doesn't work. Just because it's happened with Cunha this year doesn't mean you're going to do the same thing again. It's the same conversation we had about João Gomez, people like that. When you look at Fernandez, shoot it now on the head. He's an 8-10. He's not what we need. We have an 8-10. He's called Kobe Manu. So all the time we're being linked with the midfielders that do not play in Casemiro's role. They're false links. And the only reason that 60 to 80 million is because of 50% sell on. And we know this because
I think it's 15 on the profit.
15, it's 15 on the profit, isn't it? Yeah.
But we don't know, but this is what we suspect. It's 15% on the profit. So again, they paid, was it 43 million? And if they sell him for 50, it will be 17 million of profit and 15% of that again.
But it's right. It pushes the price up. We've got a 50 sell on Greenwood. That means that they have to sell him for over like 100 million to get the kind of money they want for Greenwood. West Ham are in the same boat. Sell-on clauses do this. They push it up. That's why people don't tend to go for them. You know, and some of these sell-on clauses are only to like Premier League clubs. If you go abroad, there's no sell-on clause because you don't want that player staying and affecting you. Which obviously is not going to affect Southampton, is it? Because they like to film other teams. But yeah, he's not what we need. Wholeheartedly, he's got potential, but there's equally good players out there who are higher up the league that we could go and get.
But Mark, Sean is coming in with something, some facts, and Sean knows his stuff when it comes to the players, and saying he's in the top 20th percentile for duels and possession won. So this according to the stats, he can play as the deepest lying midfielder when it comes to being the guy who wins back the ball. And also he gives you just a question on what you said. Mark, are you blaming relegation on a single player?
I will do, because for this one, he doesn't hold his position. He goes wandering.
So
he went wandering against us.
You will see problems with Mateus Fernandes and Bruno at the same time.
This is what I said. Stu hit the nail on the head. He is a wanderer.
Yeah.
Now that's young. That's youth. That's wanting to influence everything and being a better player than a lot of the players in maybe on paper are at West Ham. West Ham are another team like Tottenham who they've ended up going down. They shouldn't be down there, should they? Their players are good enough to keep them up. You know,
yeah.
Stuff happens. But what I'm saying is, it's a coincidence. If you've been relegated twice, your price doesn't go up. Back-to-back relegations, your price doesn't go up. Your price goes down. So if we took names away from it, if I said a midfielder who came from a relegated club got relegated again, you would say he can't be worth more money than what they paid for him normally. So no names. That's I'm talking about profile of the player. I see a wanderer. I see, will he improve us? Yeah, if he's our third choice. If we get two other midfielders in front of him, then I'm happy.
Okay.
But it's the price, Jarvis. The price should be around 30 to 40 million for a relegated player.
Yeah, this is the thing now. The price came out. We know that West Ham got relegated yesterday. We talked about 80 millions. They were mentioning of a sum like that. But, you know, now they're going down and they would need to save money. And we know they sacked their manager today, West Ham. And Nuno Espirito Santos is not longer with us or with West Ham. And also... they are looking to sell on a lot of these players. They were mentioning of Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Bowen, Somerville, Doff, and obviously Mateus Fernandes. So again, a lot of these West Ham players are on the market at the moment. So the thing is, if they get to sell, let's say Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, and Bowen, let's say, and they get 110, 120 million in for them in total, they might not be as eager to sell Mateus Fernandes, or they would wait because they will not be desperate for money anymore. They will have secured the next season in the championship and the finances. So again, could we wait on a deal like this? That's what I'm thinking. Or should we just act swiftly and see it as an opportunity with a guy with a high potential, but it's not ready-made?
Okay, can I just say, the only other team being linked with him is PSG, right? Currently, as of right now. They're saying other teams, but the only actual named team is Man United and PSG. Tell me where that guy gets in the PSG squad in midfield, let alone start as a starting player. He doesn't. He gets nowhere near their team. So I find it really weird that this has got to be leaks trying to push up his asking price. The club have got to be doing these kind of leaks to media, because there's no actual, that I can find, concrete evidence that he's even available currently.
Well, we went through the reports the other day, and the big ones are talking about that Manchester United are interested in a player like Mateus Fernandes.
Yeah, but that's all clubs are interested.
Yeah,
in
there's no concrete.
I'm saying West Ham aren't even looking to sell him. They're looking. If you listen to Bowen's interview after the game yesterday, they're looking to keep their best players like Bowen and that at the club to bring them back up instantly. And this guy's, like I said, relegated twice. Why would PSG come in for him? Logically,
yeah,
football's football, and Dembele was the worst player in Europe until he went to PSG, and now
the modern game when it comes to transfers, Mark, is very, very data driven, and his stats are very good. As Sean mentioned, his recoveries, his tackles, and all of this. He's very high up on that list.
He is. He's number 11 on the Jules 1 list.
Better midfielders, that's why.
Yeah, no, it's a Jules 1. People above him: Elliot Anderson, James Tarkowski, João Gomez, Konate, KD from Brentford.
But you are talking about you're comparing him with the oranges and apples. Tarkowski is
I'm talking the top 20% of percentile in the Premier League
of midfielders, not just every position.
Yeah, so Elliot Anderson, João Gomez, Coyote, and then Fernandez. So is he worth the same money as an Elliot Anderson, who's number 1?
Yeah.
Because going with the midfielders, there's only 3 midfielders above him. That's what I'm saying about the price. Data is only what that person wants to see. You might want to see data, Stu wants to see data, and I want to see data. We're probably looking for different data for what we fancy in a player.
Yeah. So, Stu, what's your take on this one?
I'm lagging, I think, if you can hear me. I'm lagging.
Okay. Are you dropping out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm lagging. I'm going to drop out and come back in because I'm lagging.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm just going to. I'm a bit slow.
Okay, that's okay, my friend. Let's delve in a little bit into this West Ham news. So this report came out this night. So it's a couple of hours ago. So it says it's from West Ham Central. So this is West Ham's own, Twitter page or whatever you want to call it. And they are saying that there is expected to be a bulk of players leaving West Ham this summer. Fernandez will go. Summerville will go. Fulkrug maybe on a mutual termination, and Van Bissaka probably, and Mavropanos the same. And also there's a picture of Mavropanos. They have had a bad season, so we know that a lot of these players are jumping ship and they don't want to go down into the championship. So maybe they will keep Bowen, but again, I can't see Mateus Fernandes staying on. And
I just want to see more names, Jarvis, come through him before we're getting links. Because if you look at all the other players we're linked with, plenty of other teams are linked with them as well. This one just seems a little bit too much too soon. High asking price, not enough teams linked.
Yeah. Well, out of this list, the players mentioning Summerville and Van Bissaka, Mavropanos, is there anyone here that you actually would look at? For me, it's Doff. Doff, left back. For me, he's my sort of second, third choice left back. Lewis Hall's obviously number 1 on the shopping list, who I think we should go for as the permanent replacement for Luke Shaw. But I'm not even sure we need fullbacks currently. There's other players I'd rather go for. But if we were to go for a left back, we made that choice, he would be my second choice behind Lewis Hall. Yeah, because this report came out from Daily Mail saying that Manchester United are monitoring El Hadji Malik Diouf closely. So again,
well, we looked at him at Christmas, didn't we? In January transfer window, we were looking.
We did. He has a hell of a cross.
He has, but then there's irrational tackling and things like that. So
it's very
he's young. Again, he's young.
Very unorthodox in the way he plays.
Yeah. He was against us. If you remember, he absolutely killed Ahmad and was lucky to stay on the pitch. So I'm all for that. He wants to do that to other players. But can I just go back to the Fernandez thing? We spoke about him before. Can we remember that the person that took him to Southampton works for Manchester United?
Yes. And I think that's a strong link. I think maybe this is where all the media outlets just takes a chance on him and reports things that
Because we had it before.
doesn't
Who's the midfielder you spoke about, Jarvis? The other Southampton midfielder, the young guy from Man City's academy. I can't think what his name. Irish kiddie.
that currently plays for West Ham.
No, plays for Southampton.
Oh yeah. Shay Charles. Yeah.
Who took him to Southampton? Jason Wilcox. Who took Thingy to Fernandez? Jason Wilcox shopping list, and then obviously he left and come to us. It does seem like we're being linked to his players he's brought into Southampton a lot as well. And like you said, that's a gamble. That happens a lot with director of footballs. They liked a player, they took him to one club and they try to take him to another. So that does mean he's seen a lot about Fernandez, and like he would have seen the stats pack multiple times and would be a good judge. Has he progressed, from what Southampton bought to how he played at Southampton to what West Ham bought, and then would that work at Man United? I like that 75 million double deal for Doff and that. You don't normally get two players out of one club anymore. That's one of the other problems. We said this about Lewis Hall with Tonali. You can't have both. It'll be one or the other if you went for them.
Diouf. I'm trying to find Malik Diouf, and I want to look at his stats. It's been a while since we had a look at him, so let's just do that together while we wait for Stu. When it comes to Diouf, I want to know his market value. That's actually where I'm heading at. So we know that he's versatile. He plays on the left wing back, left back. Most of the
£34 million roughly. If he's 40 million euros, I think it's about 34
his transfer value is 40.3 million euros. And I think mostly it's because of the longevity, his length of his contract.
Same as Fernandez. They're on the same contract.
They are.
He's contracted to 2030 as well.
But he's still young. Dioff is young, 21 years of age. Not the biggest one, 183 centimeters. How much is that? 5'8", 5'9"?
183 is 188. Yeah, 5'11". It's just under 6 foot, isn't it?
Yeah, just under 6. Yeah,
6 foot. So,
and if you look at his player traits, aerial duels, one is very strong, not for being 5'10". Defensive contribution, 76 percentile, 69 percentile when it comes to chances created. So we know he has a good cross. Shot attempts, medium. Goals, not contributing too much. And it's not too much on the ball when it comes to touches. But West Ham is not building up from the back. They are playing more long to Soucek and try to win the second ball with Fernandez and all of this. So again, it figures a little bit. Yeah, that's true. And also when you look at his former clubs, he played for my local club, Tromsø, up in the north back in the days.
Is that Red Star Belgrade?
Yeah, and he had a short spell at Slavia Prague, and then he went to West Ham in 2025. So we haven't the longest. He's a little bit unproven when it comes to the Premier League. One good season, one-hit wonder, if you can call it that. 5 assists this season in 30 started games. His rating is 6.91.
I think they're good stats. I think 6.9 for a relegated side is high. That's a 7. We call it 7. 5 assists for a team that didn't have any real goal scorers up front, apart from Bowen, who's on the opposite side of the pitch, who wouldn't get on the end of his crosses. But sometimes when you see those stats, if you go back to his percentile, Will, circle. Now, West Ham down the bottom, under the cosh constantly, they are really good stats because they had to do a lot of defending. Now, it's when you flip it and go, Man United want to do less defending. They want to control the ball. Will he be able to have the touches? Was that his style of play or was that West Ham's style of play smash it long, because actually they like to get him on the ball, didn't they? They like to get him on the ball and they like to put the crosses in. So yeah, it's interesting. That's a real 50-50 split when you look at that. Well, he's good on the right and he's bad on the left.
Yeah, well, it's either him or Lewis Hall if we go by the rumors and the players we have been linked to. So again, I think his price tag is a little bit too much.
He's got more assists than Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's only got 1 goal and 1 assist, I think, this year.
Footmob is saying 5 assists, and Vicky is saying...
No, I'm saying Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall, I believe, only got 1 goal, 1 assist.
Only on 1, yes, it's true. But what we talk about, I want to go a little bit deeper, and I want to look at this one. Successful crosses is in the 89.3 percentile. Successful crosses 75 percentile, and big chances created it's 5. So again, it's quite good. It's good, and chances created 29. So that's in the 85.7 percentile. So at least we will have a fullback that will contribute going forward. So again,
what's his percentiles on successful dribbles there?
Just
keep going down.
Successful dribbles.
That's like 90%. No, above.
Successful dribbles, that's 86.9 percentile.
So he doesn't take many touches, but when he does, he's successful at beating players.
He's very strong physically, so he makes 1 touch and just blasts past his fullback. Yeah. So yeah, very interesting player for me, Doff, and I don't think it's the last time we will hear about him. There's Stu. How are you doing, my friend? Are you getting a hang of your internet connection? No, okay. It's not working. It's not working.
Stu's become just purely a yellow bar. That's
maybe shouldn't share his Wi-Fi to the rest of his neighborhood and neighbors and all of them. Put on a secret password. That's my take. Guys, Sean comes in and say Lewis Hall is more of a ball progressor, not a crosser. Doff is a
similar to Luke Shaw.
Yeah. But do we really need a ball progressor from the fullback, in the way we play? I reckon I would rather need someone who contributes going forward, because for me, we have Sesko, and this season he have scored 11 goals. I want to see more from Sesko next season. We talked about this yesterday on your show, Mark, and 15 goals from Sesko is the bare minimum next season, and he should be on 20 goals all competitions.
Yeah, we didn't create enough chances, what I call front-running chances. Everything he has to create, he's got his back to goal. How many times did he save us by spinning and scoring? Like, we don't put the ball for him to run onto. Does he make those runs? I'm not entirely sure, but Doff, the way he throws the ball in early from deep and it starts coming back towards the striker is bread and butter for any goal scorer. The ball comes away from the goalkeeper and comes towards you, and you can just hit it on the run. I think he'd be perfect. But again, it's stepping up and doing that against bigger teams, Champions League, FA Cup matches. West Ham, there's less pressure on you to perform. So you can look great while everyone else around you's not really doing their job. And there's something to be said about crosses of a ball. Anyone can look like a good crosser if they throw a ball in that eludes everyone, gets behind the back line. But actually, you need to start finding players with those balls.
Yeah.
So it is chalk and cheese. You could have a great crosser and a shit striker, or vice versa. If they don't make the runs and they don't get on the end of it, it looks like a bad cross. So it would be a gamble, Jarvis. Lewis Hall, I agree with you about the progressor. But that's because midfield play a tight midfield three, and he's got space to run past them. But Cunha drops in, doesn't he? He wants to get the ball. Bruno drops in. They're looking for the ball. They don't stay high and wide like Newcastle do. So that's why he has to progress the ball. It could also, it's one of the reasons I don't understand why he's not in the England team, because we're describing the perfect kind of player. But for the formation he wants to play. But yeah, it's a weird one. The left back, we've still got Amas.
There is an update from Solly Talk. So that was I was I was a little bit busy just checking it out. So I will bring it up for you guys. Just continue, Mark. Please continue.
No, I'm just thinking, like, when you look at players we want to bring in and the foot players we've got, it's all about whether we change formation and style of play. Right now, we don't play a high front three. We play one up top with three behind. If you wanted progressors and runners, that's what we have in that formation. So it is all it. We're guessing what Carrick's going to do when he's got the reins like he has now. Everyone's saying, "Oh, but he'll play different. He'll do this. He'll do that." You're not meant to change it if it's working, right? Counter-attacking football seems to work for Manchester United. Always has done,
works,
always
but,
will do.
You know, I don't think we entirely played counter-attacking football. We haven't done in the last couple of games. We have been more attacking. I feel like 2 games ago, I think we bombed on with both fullbacks, and I think also you see a better Luke Shaw when we have Dorgu on the left, because you have more. Dorgu likes to go inside. Luke Shaw comes on the overlap, and we also saw a goal from Luke Shaw 2 games ago, and we also had a big chance against Brighton. He had a shot that could have gone in, and you know, maybe just us having a proper left winger actually helps out Luke Shaw to contribute more, because this season we haven't had a proper left winger. It's been mostly Cunha. He's going into the 10 role, so you know, Luke Shaw has to be the one just holding the fort by himself on the left-hand side against both a winger and a fullback bombing on. So again, maybe this is why
he can't overcommit.
Yeah, he needs to be cautious. He can't just open up the space behind him.
No, but then Lewis Hall and Doff were both foul in that area as well. Because are we expecting Dorgu to actually start constantly left wing, and we're dropping Cunha to the bench?
Well, this is why I always said that we need to sign a left winger. We need to sign a left winger. I don't.
Why? Dorgu's not a left back.
No, he's a left wing, but I don't trust Cunha and Dorgu to play that role, because Cunha inverts too much, and you know, we don't have a left winger basically when Cunha plays. He likes to drop down. He likes to 2 seconds.
But Dorgu doesn't. That's why I'm saying Dorgu stays wide, and we've got Noah Ajayi, who I think you'll see a lot more from next year, coming in as the left, and we still have I was going to say Bruno Fernandes. Unfortunately, guys, we still have Marcus Rashford on our books, and my biggest fear is he doesn't leave. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Looks like I'm doing some padding. So what do you guys think? Do you think we need a left winger? Dorgu, Cunha on the left. Currently, Rashford's still on our books. We've got Noah Ajayi from the youth team and someone else beginning with M, whose name is gone from my head. I think Dorgu is the left wing option, and he saves us a lot of money. I think it looks like Sean agrees there in the chat as well.
Well, but Cunha isn't. That's just my saying. What I'm trying to say. So this is the problem while bringing in a fullback as Doff, because he can't bomb on if we have Cunha there. Cunha, you know, he wander into the central number 10 position, and we will open up the left hand side if we see Doff bombs on. So again, you know, I think it's difficult. This is how you build a squad. We need to think it through. And
we do, but at the end of the day, we bought Cunha to play a left-sided 10, which is really interesting, guys, because apparently that wasn't his role under Amarin. If you've listened to Bruno Fernandes's Diary of a CEO, which I think came out this week, maybe today or maybe yesterday, he talks through his position under Amarin, and Amarin had him playing as the left 10 in attack, not Cunha. So where the hell was Cunha meant to be playing?
Maybe we need to change formation. By the way, guys, I saw someone mentioning that Solid Talks have had an update and a bomba coming on 6 minutes ago. I want to bring it up for you guys. I haven't read it myself, so let's do it together. Solid Talks coming in saying, understand Manchester United have had a delegation in Italy with the talks being held with Atalanta for Ederson, with United now closing on a deal. Expectation from all parties that an agreement will be reached soon. 26-year-old rejected every other offer and told his agent he only wants United. So this is good news. It's a further confirmation that Ederson is coming to us. So again, guys, I want to know your take. Are you happy with us signing Ederson? And Mark, you have been a big fan of Ederson for a long time now, a couple of years, maybe 3.
Absolutely. That's a bit of slow sports news, to quote a certain other person, because the Atalanta manager was interviewed Friday night. They played Saturday, and already said Ederson's not in the squad because he's holding talks with a top European club. So we already knew the talks were done, and the contracts and everything just needs to be signed, medical and that agreed, which won't be till after the season, which is tomorrow, because we're a bank holiday here in the UK.
Yes.
So I think you'll find this week Ederson's the first name across the line. He is underrated and has had way too much bad media spread around the top channels about him, who don't know enough about the player over the last 4 or 5 years. He's Casemiro's understudy. He's been denied opportunities to leave Atalanta up until now, because Atalanta only sell 1 or 2 players a season. We know that because we went for, when we got Rasmus Højlund, we wanted the centre-back. I can't think what his name is now, but he then has left when Lookman left last season to go to Atletico. And he's constantly denied. And you fall off a cliff. Eventually you go, fuck this then. And you have a fight with the manager, don't you? You go, I want to leave. And he got dropped. And that's affected him this year. And it's affected him going to the World Cup. No different to Baleba. And that's what I keep saying. He's a European Baleba. But he's got a lot more experience in Europe, Champions League,
so you see him as a Baleba, as a destroyer. He's that type of player.
I see him see, destroyers don't exist. It's an overused term.
I would say Tchouaméni and the Baleba
is a pressing
kind
machine.
Of destroyers.
Yeah, he's a pressing machine. He covers the ground quick. He will get to the ball high up, but this is where he's a 6-8. So it is dangerous because it will leave Kobe exposed, but he can also get back, which obviously Casemiro couldn't. Kobe Mainoo can't. He's got the engine. For me, Ederson was a must 2-3 years ago. I can understand why people aren't sure now, but he will be a lot better from what people are saying. When we put him up, he was good at certain things. We'll buy someone else who does the other things, and then buy someone else like Bruno Fernandes who does the chance creation. You've covered all aspects, right? It's worked for Real Madrid for about 50 years, where their midfield, they just keep buying the same. He wins it, he passes it to him, he gives it to him, they create a goal.
Yeah.
Simple football, Jarvis. And that's what Ederson will give you. Simple football. Get the ball back. Can he press and turn it over? Yes. You put him, and now I'm dreaming, next to a Tchouaméni, you will have a very solid, compact, winning the ball in the air, ball on the ground kind of midfield. Do I think we'll get Tchouaméni?
I think you're dreaming. I think you are dreaming. I think that's so far off. And also when it comes to Tchouaméni, I read a report today. I don't know let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. It's from Fabrizio Romano, and this report came out also tonight, telling that Manchester United are reportedly interested in Tchouaméni, who is seen as the ideal replacement for Casemiro. But Real Madrid are expected to receive around 100 million euros for the French midfielder.
But he's
not
one of the best in class.
£70 million we have heard of. I think this is more, 100 million euros. So again, and he will come in on high wages. This will be a tough bargain, to get him, let's say, 250 a week at the minimum, I would say, for a player like Tchouaméni, French international playing for Real Madrid. He won't come in for pocket change. He wants the real deal. So again, is this a deal we can make happen? I don't think so. I think we will try. We will find out it can't be done, and then we'll go to option B, and that's Baleba. That's how I see this play itself out.
I understand that fault. I also understand where Sean's just put in the chat about the injuries. I do get that he has had a lot of injuries. Harder ground out in Spain, through training and that. Maybe they're impact injuries. I don't know what they are. They're not hamstrings. They're not things like that. But 100 million is the right price because he's up there with Declan Rice. On his day, he's one of the best holding midfielders.
Yeah, but I think 100 million is too much for us at the current stage. We have a lot of holes to fill, and we can't spend it all.
But he's young enough, Jarvis, that you keep him. Do you spend half the money for someone that you still might need to replace if you get better, or do you go out and buy the best player? You then have a Tchouaméni, one of the best holding midfielders, a Bruno Fernandez in midfield. That's 2 out of the 3. Now, yes, it means you can't go for an Anderson. Like, don't get me wrong, you can sack off Tchouaméni and go for an Anderson, but you should go for best in class. We are Champions League now.
Tchouaméni best in class. You know, he's playing for Real Madrid in the Spanish league. Okay, his stats looks amazing, but again, coming to the Premier League for a not as good as Real Madrid, Man United, tempo is higher. Okay. Can he adapt?
Someone said this to me last night, and I hadn't thought of it, Jarvis. I think they might have said it before you appeared in the chat. Tchouaméni is Casemiro's replacement at Real Madrid.
Yes.
He's had a falling out. So is he the best player to replace Casemiro at Manchester United? For that fact alone. If he's the one big Real Madrid who could buy anyone, we'll have him to replace. It's a valid point. I was like, I never thought of it like that. But the other thing is, they're looking at apparently Rodri. They're looking at apparently someone else and someone else. Now they've got Mourinho. Well, they've got to get rid of some midfielders. So that's going to help.
But again, you mentioned the biggest clue of them all. They have Jose Mourinho as their manager. And we know what type of midfielders Jose Mourinho, he brought in Matos for us when he played. And his main characters playing at Chelsea was John Obi Mikel and who was the other one? Yes. He had 2 big, strong midfielders who could stride and
oh my God, I can picture him midfield. Absolutely spilt, wasn't he? I can't think what his name was.
Yeah,
but
so again, you know,
it will never category.
Jose will never let him go.
Do you know who also fits that category? Enzo Fernandez.
We won't get him.
And he's one of the ones linked to Real Madrid.
He was. Yes. He was before Jose, wasn't he?
I think he suits Jose. Yeah, Jose.
I think Tchouaméni is better suited, I think.
But
Anyway, what have I missed?
Well, we have been just having you missed a lot, Stu. You missed the entire show. So you have to just watch the watch it back afterwards. Now we have talked about Doff, we have talked about Tchouaméni, we have talked about Ederson. Right. New rumors coming out from Sully. Basically nothing new, but there have been a delegation from Man United in Italy talking, and they are just waiting to make the deal happen. And it will happen in a short while. So maybe in the next 48 hours or something. I just speculating, but it's what I get from reading that report. So again, we're talking about who other could we bring in other than Ederson? And I just made a report on Tchouaméni. So this report came out 100 million. So I want your take on that one, Stu. Manchester United are reportedly interested in Tchouaméni, who is seen as the ideal replacement for Casemiro, and Madrid are expecting to receive around 100 million euros for the French midfielder, and that's from Fabrizio Romano. So again, I think he's priced out already when it comes to Man United.
Yeah, I don't think we're in for too many anyway. I said it, didn't I, the other week?
Essien.
You're on about Mikel Essien?
Yeah, we couldn't remember what his name was.
Mourinho type of midfielder. John Obi Mikel Essien, Matic.
It was Makelele, he was the original. Then it was Essien. And then they've kind of
had
Makelele
at Real Madrid, and then it was Casemiro, and then it was Tchouaméni, and that was the link I was saying. Tchouaméni is Casemiro's replacement, so bringing him in actually as Casemiro's replacement, which was brought up on my show last night. I thought, when he said it, I went, actually, you've got a really good fucking point, because Real Madrid do their homework, right?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see Tchouaméni. I think he stays there because of Mourinho. I think Mourinho is going to come in. I don't think he'll do a clean sweep. A couple of players will probably get moved on.
Valverde will have to leave then, won't he?
Yeah, Well, who knows with Valverde?
You don't get punched and put in hospital, and
he's a skipper, though, isn't he? He's the captain, Valverde, isn't he? So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a skipper.
Welcome to your job, but day one, sort this out.
I can't see that happening too many. But the problem is, like, if you put all the players that we're linked with in the middle of the midfield with £400 million worth of talent, it just is not going to fucking happen. It just isn't going to happen. And Tchouaméni, for me, won't happen. And there are players out there that we discussed 2-3 weeks ago that would have a better way of fitting in. With the way that Carrick supposedly wants to play. But again, I said to you, Carrick's one-dimensional for me. He needs to be more fluid with the way that he plays, and he's not. And I saw it again at Brighton. He's very one-dimensional in the way he wants us to play. Now, depending on who he brings in, he might have a completely different way that he does want to play. I mean, somebody mentioned that football's changing now, that a 6 doesn't exist. Well, a 9 didn't exist 2 years ago, but all of a sudden it does exist. This is the problem with people trying to outthink each other, in the game and stuff of that nature. So I wouldn't touch Tchouaméni with 100 mil, no chance. If you could get him around.
It's euros, by the way. So we are talking £85 million or something. Yeah.
If you get him for 65, 70, then I think he looks and he'd be worth a shout. But there's probably better options and cheaper options out there for us. Unless we're going to spend half a bill, which is what I said a few weeks ago, and we become a serious football club again, then fine. But we just aren't going to do that. So they're going to have to fix the midfield the best way they can afford to do it. So I just think 100 is a bit too much for us.
Yeah. By the way, we have a lot of 63 likes on my screen at least. So guys, we have 97 people watching, 77 on YouTube. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do us a favor and hit that thumbs up. It's so important for the algorithms. For every like we get, it's about 10 new viewers. So this is how the algorithm works. So you can be a part and help us out. So thank you everybody for who have already contributed. My Footy podcast comes in and saying, so does this 100 million statement means Real Madrid has made Tchouaméni available for sale? And I think that's an interesting comment. No?
No.
You're shaking heads, too?
No. The problem is it's paper talk. It's either agent talk or it's paper talk.
Well, it's Fabrizio Romano who's reporting
it could
this.
Be Real Madrid talk. Don't phone me unless you're willing to pay 100 million or more.
Yeah, but don't forget with Fabrizio, he chucks more at the wall and see what happens. He chucks a lot at the wall. Tchouaméni, I believe, I haven't seen the French squad, but he's going to the World Cup, isn't he? And if he starts and plays well, you can forget 100 million euros. Forget it.
No, it'd be 150 million.
Yeah, so
that's why I'm saying it's worth testing the water at 100.
It's a dip. I wouldn't even pay 100, Mark. I'd test the water at 70 mil. 70 million.
I wouldn't entertain it. But I remember what I said to you about Cole Palmer when we were talking about Cole Palmer. Yeah. And I said Chelsea will want 200 million for him. And everyone's like, well, he's not worth that. I went, it's not about value. It's about how long his contract is, what his value is to that club in merchandise and things like that. And, what it would pay to pay off that contract. Because if you say no to a transfer, he might sit there and go, well, I ain't fucking playing them. Keep paying my wages.
Yeah. But you don't want them to accept it at 70 mil, do you? You want to test the water and see where it goes. Because if you test the water at 70 mil and they say no, that's our ceiling. Come back.
No, but then you start showing what money you've got available when you're trying to do other transfers. It's a dangerous dangerous thing to do. Like this whole Ederson thing, we've done early.
70 mil. You don't at 70 mil. 70 mil's fuck all in the current transfer market. You slap 100 million in, then you are showing people you've got money. 70 mil's neither in or there.
No.
Look at all the players that we're likely to be linked with. Baleba was a supposedly 70, 85 million. It just isn't going to work for us.
It was over 100 at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so it just isn't going to work for us. So I don't know.
Mark, quick question from Grace, lovely Grace coming in, saying, would you take Hjulman?
Yeah, of course I would. This whole Arsenal thing's a load of rubbish. Do you know how many players have been at Man United and supported other teams and that? So what? He's got a tattoo. That's going to be his problem in the changing room if he came to Man United. He's going to have to deal with the banter from all the other players. But from Arsenal players, can you imagine being on the opposite team? But Teddy Sheringham was a diehard Liverpool fan, Tottenham fan, and then he comes to United. Now he's a United fan.
Ollie was a Liverpool fan growing up.
Yeah, Roy Keane is a Tottenham fan.
Yeah,
like we all talk about Roy Keane as the diehard, El Capitan of Manchester United. If you're in the modern era, but he's a Tottenham fan. I don't care what club you support. I care how good you are on the pitch.
But you would definitely take Hjulman because he's one of your favorite players, as you have scouted him very well for the last couple of seasons.
I would. Funny enough, Sean's just put it out. I'm not sure Hjulman and Ederson would work, but Hjulman and Mainu or Ederson and Mainu would work. So you could dovetail that position, and then you could go for your Mateus Fernandes as a Mainu. So you got 2 in the 8, 2 in the 6, 2 in the 10. If you go with Cunha and Bruno, then you can start looking at a left winger. So you got 2 left wingers.
Yeah,
we need to get back to having 2 for every position, don't we, Jarvis?
Definitely, we need a double backup for every position. So that's 100% true, and especially when we go into the Champions League, there are deep runs in the FA Cup, League Cup, and we are supposed to we can't slack off when it comes to the Premier League either. So we need to almost play our strongest team in every Premier League game just to be up there fighting for the top 4 and maybe next season be a title contender. I don't think we will win the league, but I think a lot of supporters right now expect us to at least be fighting for the title, be up there around January, be in the shooting distance of the leader. Don't you think so?
I think you're right about fans, supporters.
Yes.
Think that. But how many times have we seen a lot of these same players play great under an interim? Once they got the job, they change. You can't go in and put your arm around a player now. Now you'll be like, now I'm trying to sign players to get that guy out of the team. So Kobe Mainu, if we're signing 3 midfielders, do you think Kobe Mainu's actually happy? Of course not. He's now thinking, fuck, I better really perform, otherwise I'm going to be out of the team. So you get a better player if they've got the right mentality. I'm not saying Kobe Mainu's got the wrong mentality. I actually think he will benefit from us signing more midfielders. But for the players like a Xerxes, he was never going to fight for his place, and I can't wait for him to be out the squad.
Same goes for Ugarte. We talked about him yesterday. And I didn't get a sniff in the Brighton game. I think that's good news.
I think yesterday Ahmad played his best game for 2 reasons. One, it was luck. Brighton were leaving him with so much space he could get on the ball. And 2, he now knows Lacey's going to be right there. So if he doesn't perform, he'll drop below Lacey and Mbumo. So it's about keeping yourself in the threshold. Because if we get another striker or Sesko is fit and Mbumo's on that right wing, Ahmad doesn't play. There's no right wing back and right 10 anymore, which is what he started as the season when he was playing well. So, competition for places, you either bring your A game or you get out the club. And that's the golden rule.
This is Man United. We are supposed to be a club like that. If you sign for us, you got to be up for competition. It will always be like this. No one gets a free pass. Or at least it should be. It should be. But we know we haven't been operating like that in the last 10 years or so. So again, United fan voice coming in. We made 191.5 million pounds from the Premier League this season, coming in third. So this is a substantial prize money pool.
No, we only made 45 million for coming third. I think that's TV revenue and everything throughout the season pushed it up. So that kind of
I also
money.
read this today. I think it was Sky who reported. I think Arsenal were on 194.5 or something. Yeah, and City 192. So
yeah, because it's only so much per place, but the TV revenue money is what drives it high. That's what the parachute payment is all about when they get relegated, isn't it? For the 100 million pound guarantee, basically. Why it's the most expensive final, the playoff final in the world, because of what it generates to that club, even if they fail.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's more revenue. I think all that money took into account the sale of Human, Rasmus, Højlund, and the potential other sales. I saw something. I've got it in front of me, I think, about the money.
The report was 104 million pounds for the lot. The guys that we think we are selling: Rashford, Højlund, Ugarte, and one more. I think it was 4 players we were talking about. So again, but we talked about that the other day, 104 million. So again, we have substantial money coming in too. So how much money do you think our budget will be this season? Are we talking about 300, 350, 400, 450? Just
half a billion.
Keep it in ballpark.
$500 million. You cannot allow Liverpool to go and spend that money last year and not go and do the same because we're Manchester United. There's egos out there, Jarvis. Football clubs become egos, and if you're, we don't know what Man City's going to sell and buy under a new manager. Liverpool done it last year, and we're in the Champions League now. We've got to go and do it. And with the new financial fair play rules, or whatever they're going to bloody be called, I can't keep up, but I keep changing it. That's going to be one of those big stories. I think it's Man United make 600 and something million profit, don't they?
Yes. No, revenue.
Sorry. And that's what comes in. But we only make a small bit of profit, like 20, 30 million after all dividends and everything's paid out. So, and we know that as fans. But I think when you declare your books, you can have up to 70% of that. So that's $500 million.
Yeah. So
and we're going to have 100 million guaranteed from the Champions League for the first 8 matches. That's 100 million if we get, as long as we qualify, I believe. And then you get a potential another 100 million in stages if you make the final, because it's around 200 million revenue. And like you say, the 190, well, there's half your money straight away without spending anything. So it's actually just been generated by the club's performance this year and what they will get paid next year, guaranteed.
I see Danny B comes in and say 250 to 300. Sean is just laughing 300. He's not believing 300. But Neil comes in saying 300 million pounds. And
I think some people
the
think
boss is they ain't spending. So we are it's a guess game at the moment, because I think Man United have hold their cards tight to their chest. They're not revealing anything, when it comes to this, how much money. And I think that's a wise move.
Jarvis, remember it's net spend though. So you can speculate to accumulate, because you can spend 100 million on 5 players, but only pay 20 million this year for each of those 5 players. So if you spend 500 million, you only pay out 100 million. So as long as you make the Champions League year on year, that's okay. It's if we don't. And that's where I say it's speculate to accumulate. It is a gamble. Football's always been a gamble. That's how Blackburn done it and everyone else. But we need to be sensible. Just because we think we need to spend, it doesn't mean we will. No, totally agree, Sean. You and I both know there are free transfers out there that we can bolster our squad with. Senesi, Vlahovic, people like that. So, hang on.
Stu is not lagging, so it looks
good.
At
the minute I'm not. I'll give it one more go, but it feels like I'm lagging again.
Okay, but you're not. You're crisp. You're crisp at the moment. So let's just hope for the best.
If it makes you feel better, Stu, my show last night, I was apparently talking like a Dalek for something because I left something running on my bloody computer, and I was like, "Oh, hang on!" It clicked and went click, 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 and the sound came back.
I've turned everything off. Yeah. Gents, I'm just going to call it a night. Hello.
Yeah, that's okay, Stu. We hear you loud and clear. So you obviously have a connection problem. So I know it's just terrible. But you look nice. Give it a go if you like. You know, that's you can even turn off your and then you only do the voice. If
you
that's
can direct
better.
the chat. You can go sit in the chat.
Yeah, I can't actually.
Like a timeout.
Nope. No, I see you. I see you moving.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If it goes again, then I'll just watch.
Yeah, we just had a debate on how much money do you think Man United will spend in the summer, and I think we are guessing 250, 300 millions plus minus. Some believe, some don't. So yeah, but I heard you said 400 millions.
And I just
I want half a billy. Yeah, I want half a billy. I do. We should be spending, in my opinion, half a bill, but it's not going to be. It's just not going to work for us. So, I mean, we worked out yesterday, didn't we, that we thought we'd maybe have 104, 105 out of sales and saved revenue, plus maybe 200 that we might be able to play with. So maybe 305 perhaps. But I don't know. The trouble is, I don't know if I trust the guys to spend that type of money. That's my biggest problem.
My problem is.
Yeah, and I don't think I trust them. We know we need at least 3 midfielders. We must buy at least 3 midfielders. I want a left back as well. We need a backup striker, and as Jarvis pointed out last night, as stacked as we are right now in the centre back position, we really aren't, are we? If Martinez goes injured, if we lose De Ligt for a longer period of time than first thought, so we may well have to go in and I know people want Senesi, but I hear he's going to Spurs as well.
Well, he done it. No, so Senesi signed a pre-contract agreement with Spurs. That can't exist.
That's right.
Because in the English Premier League, that approach or any signature would be in breach of contract. So, because we're not allowed to do that for free transfer players in England. So, I don't know who broke that story and how true it is. Because if he was outside of the Premier League,
I think is what he's doing.
Yeah, but that's still a committal, which is in breach of the Premier League rules. You can't commit to another club. You can commit to a foreign club, but not an English club.
Sign anything. Not if you don't sign anything.
Yeah, so we should be going.
Yeah, but if you don't sign anything, you can verbally.
Here's our contract. Yeah. So just because he signed, hang on, I'm just trying to plug in a charger. Just because he signed a pre-contract doesn't mean it's a done deal at the moment. And let's be fair, if Man United came offering,
I think it's
and Spurs were offering, which one are you choosing? You got a team that just managed to stay up.
I think you can verbally agree, can't you?
I think your agent can verbally agree, but you cannot agree between two clubs.
It's a verbal agreement.
Yeah. Gentleman's agreement kind of thing.
No, you can't, but he can do it, and it's a verbal agreement. Yeah.
I find something confirming, like Cesar Luis Merlo is a big 500,000 followers on X, saying Marcus Senesi has come to a verbal agreement with Spurs, and so again, I think we are talking about a verbal agreement for Senesi and Spurs. So yeah.
There's many a story, Jarvis, of someone about to put pen to paper or even arriving at the airport for his fucking medical and someone else going, "Come with me, lad." Sir Alex Ferguson done it himself.
But the bosses also say we can easily hijack a verbal agreement, coming in with a higher salary offer or something, to lure him into.
I think you can offer him less money and you'll come into a team in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's going
100%.
to the World. He's going to World Cup. Is he going to World Cup with Argentina? Did he make the squad? The Argentinian squad?
But do you think maybe he wants to work with Romero, Argentinian link, him and Romero?
I think Romero's going, Jarvis. I think Tottenham want him out, from what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Because they made this big statement about we're all together, we all stand together, we all fight together, and then underneath was unless you're in Argentina. And Romero had flown back to Argentina instead of staying with this team for treatment, which is basically like saying we're going down. I'm going to go rest before the World Cup, and that's how it was seen.
Yeah. Okay. Sean comes in and say you can sign a pre-contract in the final month of the player's contract. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, but the Senesi deal was in January. That's when it came out. The link started in January. So you are right. You can do it in the final month because that's the expiry, but it was put out there in January, wasn't it?
But it's kind of a shame that United didn't go in for a deal like this because, as Stu mentioned, we have I think the biggest question mark for me is De Ligt. He just had surgery, and basically we don't know if he will recover ever. After a surgery, it will take a lot of recovery time, and then he will start training again, and you won't know until, let's say, 6 months, and then it maybe will be too late. We will have to bring in another centre back in January. We know January signings are expensive. Will be difficult. And again, are we prepared to go into the next season's Champions League and Premier League with only 4 fit centre backs? And one of them is, by the way, Martinez, who's injury prone as fuck. Yeah, so that's the biggest problem. So, are we going to trust then Heaven and Lenny Euro to bear the burden of the defense centrally?
Currently, we have no youngsters either.
You can't go without signing a centre back. It won't be wise.
I would go for Anderson anyway at Fulham. He would be my top choice by far.
Yes, Anderson of Fulham.
Yeah, he'd be my top choice.
The Danish guy.
The thing that is probably the one position we cannot rely on our youth teams for, because chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, Danny, I don't know if Bilal's there, people that watch the youth team as much as I do. The centre-backs is the one position we don't have anyone standout performers. We really don't. Heaven obviously played his few games, but Fredriksson's dropped off a cliff. Like, we don't even see him being put in any squads when people were injured. We'd rather drop Casemiro back in there.
Fredriksson's injured.
Huh?
Fredriksson's injured.
No, throughout the season, I'm talking.
Yeah.
He's been injured the last few months, yeah.
But throughout the whole season, I'm talking about, he made about 2 bench appearances under Amarin at the start of the season. He certainly wasn't injured then. But there's no decent centre-backs coming through those youth teams currently. It's one position we haven't really got those players. Hence the reason we went out and bought a Heaven. And, and he's the standout performer, really, of last season in the defence, personally. But I do. I think you're right. You say about Martinez and De Ligt, we're forgetting we've only put Harry Maguire on a 1-year extension, probably because needs must, right? Because I knew about De Ligt. Mate, we're not going to have the money to go buy 2-3 midfielders and 2 or 3 centre backs.
Yeah, and also Maguire, he gets injured more and more frequently while he gets older. Like 2 seasons ago, he played every game, but now you see him playing every 2 months. He's out for a couple of weeks and comes back again. So again, we have a dodgy defense when it comes to injuries, and I think this is a place where we should actually put some of our money because I don't think it's wise going into next season's Champions League with especially 2 youngsters. Okay, Heaven has proved himself. Lenny Euro, he has had good spells, but again, I can't see us playing both of them at the same time. So, it will be...
Jarvis, last night, I was talking about potentially loaning Lenny Euro out. I don't see how he starts. And he needs progression. He needs games. It worked for Saliba. It really worked for Saliba by loaning him back out, and what he came back with. He needs to play games, and he needs to play week in, week out. We talk about it seems every week about young players needing time on the pitch. we can't afford, and like you're saying, to get centre backs in, but also the ones we got are so young. The left side is centre back in heaven. Yeah, we've got cover there. Martinez might play, Martinez might not. Yeah, but Maguire, and you don't want to come to that part where it's Euro and heaven.
Yeah, that's my main issue with this. We have a super chat coming in from lovely Grace, coming in with a £2 super chat saying, or before we read that out, guys, I have prepared a new super chat tune for you guys. So if you don't like swearing, cover your ears. Kids, turn off. Let us play that one more time. Stu, did you like that one? F of Guardiola.
I did, but I can't really. Yeah, I can't. I'm still lagging. I can feel myself lagging, so I'm not overly happy. So, what if you can hear me? Cunha's never been a left winger in his life. Doesn't play as a left winger. He's a deep playing 8. That's where he plays. Yep. So Grace is right. Absolutely nowhere in a million years is Cunha ever gonna be or ever is a left winger. He's been placed as a left side of the front 3, and he's an 8, a middle 8 that carries the ball. Period. That's it.
He's the best ball carrier we have.
It's his best strength. It's his best strength, and we push him out on the left, and we never need to do that. But we can't move him in field because of Captain Fantastic.
Bruno. Yeah.
And we bring in another player that so we can't fit in there. You know, he's not a holding player. He's not a number 9, but he plays.
Cunha is a half space player. He operates in the half space.
Yeah, 100%
on the left hand side.
So he's wasted where we play him. He's not as effectual where we play him, but you can't fit him in anywhere else. That's the problem we've got with Cunha. And he's had a damn fine season playing out of position when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's funny. So I was waiting for you to finish, and Danny's put it in the bloody chat before I could say anything. He played left wing for Hertha Berlin. So that's actually where he was playing earlier on, because he's a ball progressive. He's a dribbler. He can beat a player.
Yeah, but he's not playing for
So you can see why he'd be put wide. But you can see why he can be put wide. You want people to take someone on. We talk about it.
Yeah, but not really, because he's a better 8/10. He's better behind, which is the way I've always thought we should play. A solid 9, 2 10s, 2 8s, and a 6. That's our best way of playing with the personnel that we have. So 4-2-2-2. He just isn't a left winger. I mean, you watch him at Wolves, never in a million years.
But a follow-up question: what about as a centre forward?
No,
there's rumours that they might do that next year.
No,
but 2 up top. I would play 2 up top, and then that would work.
Well,
drop
Mason
off
Green
in the half space, pick the ball up, run, and he can either lay it off or, play an old school number 10 Stu, a Teddy Sheringham role. That I think suits Cunha.
Yeah, I'll play him there, but there's no way you play him as a 9, because I remember having a conversation, Jarvis, I remember this, a few years ago about the disgraced number 11. Oh, he'll be a brilliant centre forward. No, he won't. Never a centre forward as long as my nan was alive. Never a centre forward. He is an outside player. Cunha will never be as good as a 9. He could play as a 9, but never be as good as a 9. As Jarvis said, he's a space. He's an in the space. He's a half pocket player. He's brilliant.
Yeah,
he's brilliant.
That's why they were bought to play as 2 10s. This right here. We bought 2 10s. We've now changed the system and changed the manager, which is what Man United do best.
Yeah, we don't play the right. We don't play. I don't think we're playing Mbumo to his full
ability.
Either, really.
Front shoe.
Yeah, Story
yeah,
talks about it,
nothing
and Bumo and Cunha doesn't actually fit
Yeah.
Carrick's system. You know, they play good, they are good footballers, but again, I think they were brought in to play the 3-4-3 and playing in the 2-10s. So again, again, we have that same problem with Man United, a lot of square pegs and round holes a lot of the time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But then that's
And
a sign
changing
of
the
not being a
manager.
great player.
Yeah.
Well, no, not really. It isn't, is it? Because it isn't Cunha's fault. You know,
No.
at the end of the
But we're
day,
talking about buying best in class. The best footballers can play anywhere on the pitch, right?
yeah, they can, but the way that we're wanting him to play is against how he plays. You know, it's not like putting a centre back to right back. It's not
No,
what
and
he
I agree.
does.
But if you think back to when Carrick came in, Carrick dropped him to the bench. We had Ballon d'Orgu playing and scoring on the left.
Yeah, I know. But
And then he
ultimately,
came on and he finished the game playing through the middle.
Yeah,
as a
but he's had a
nine.
stellar season. Cunha has playing out of position. I think he's had a stellar season. Really, I think he'll be a lot better next season, depending on who we get in the middle. But I you know, he's a better 8 for me. He's a better 8 straight 10.
Yeah, Mr. Piers Morgan, ex-editor of the News of the World, is angry Bruno got the Player of the Year. By the way, Piers Morgan is an Arsenal supporter, so I wouldn't take anything he says very seriously, especially when it comes to football. But again,
he picked up all 5 awards, so they must be wrong, right?
Well, but again, I think it's a nice segue coming into the next news, because this came out tonight, and I want to talk a little bit about that. They have been.
Just
so here we go.
Romano's tweet. Yeah.
It's Fabrizio Romano coming in and saying Man United starts talk to keep Bruno Fernandes despite the 57 million euro release clause in his contract. Man United is open to reward him. Initial discussion took place to continue with Bruno despite Saudi European clubs are keen. So, and Man United absolutely want Bruno to stay. So again, you know, I don't think it's a big chance that Bruno will leave, but again, we can we mess this negotiations up and Bruno eventually leaves, or what's his demands? Higher salary, or do you think he's
getting a pay rise this season anyway?
But is it about the ambitions of the club? Do you think this is what Bruno is pushing about?
Stu, do you wanna take Fabrizio Romano, Mr. Bullshit, Mr. Fake YouTube channel now?
I do. When's his contract expire? 28.
His contract expires after he's meant to retire.
Yeah, is that 20? Yeah, 28, right? Or 29, something like that. So we've still got plenty of time. And if we extend him by a year or 2 years, or we rip up this contract, give him a fresh 5-year contract, what are we gaining by doing that as a football club?
Nothing at all.
And that's how I would look at it. He's got 21. He's got 21 passes this year. Brilliant. He's broke the record. Great achievements. I know people are trying to, me included, are trying to gloss over it. But fair play to him. That's a hell of an achievement to get 21 passes leading to goals in a season. How many of those were corners? I don't know. I'd have to have a look at how we can class a corner as an assist. It's an absolute anyway, beyond me. But anyway, that's beside the point. But where is his value to the club? And his value to the club is financial. His value to the club is he's high up on the list of shirt sales. He's high up on advertisers' demands in terms of he's the type of player that advertisers are looking for and sponsors are looking for. So he adds a huge amount of commercial value to Manchester United as a football club. But if you're looking to move on in 2 years' time and 3 years' time, and you were looking to set you kind of stall out by doing that now, you've got to make tough decisions. Now, you made a point last night, Jarvis, that there's no way Bruno's playing 60 games next year, and I agree. So is he willing then to sign a contract, an extension of a contract, or rip up the new contract, etc., whatever they want to do? And is he a player that's going to accept not being in the team? when he's not injured. When he's fit to play, does he play? And that causes huge problems in a footballing unit. It really does. And is it replaceable? Who knows? Was Cantona replaceable? Who knew? Was Ronaldo replaceable? Giggs, Scholes, all these players, Georgie Best.
Still trying to replace Roy Keane.
Yeah, all the great players. Are they replaceable? Eventually they are. Took us ages to replace the great Peter Schmeichel, didn't it? Until we got Van der Sar. And then we got lucky because we brought in De Gea, and we've done the same now. We finally, between the De Gea leaving and Lammens coming in, we've had problems between the posts with them. So eventually you do find the next Bruno Fernandes, the next Peter Schmeichel, the next Mateus Fernandes. But are you filling a gap or keeping hold of Bruno and utilising him to what we utilise him now? Or are we looking at a player that's 21, 22 now, like Mateus Fernandes, and thinking, are we better off cashing in? Does 52 or 62 million pounds, 65 million pounds, does that offset lost revenue with what Bruno brings us over that period of time that he's going to be with the club? Do we bring in more money with him or without him? And you've got to look at it from that point of view. So it's one of those in terms of, for me, it's a bigger question than shall he sign a new contract? There's a lot more to that question about whether we sign a new contract or not. People won't like it. They won't agree with me. They'll disagree with me on it. And I get that. And everybody's opinion is brilliant when it comes to football. But I think you can't just make a decision, tick box decision with this one. There has to be a lot of thought go into it, in my opinion.
Okay. You make a good case too. Guys, we are 1 hour 26 minutes into the show. I want to have some time for the Q&A session. We have a couple of questions that have come in already. But on the Bruno thing, I think we will see. I think the only thing we need to worry about is the release clause, and if Bruno gets tempted by big money from Saudi, for example. But I think he has more to prove at Man United, and he wants to take us back to at least a title contender and a good Champions League run. So, guys, I have prepared a little quiz for you two. So, Stu and Mark, you both have to pay attention, because now we're going to talk a little bit about Man United and the Premier League season of 25-26. So, have you paid attention to this year's Premier League? And it goes for you guys in the chat. Please do me a favor. You don't get extra points for Googling it or ChatGPT in it. It's all about our knowledge in our heads. Let's just drop your phone, drop everything, watch just the show at the moment. So we're going to make a quiz, and we have the two competitors. It's Mr. Stu Martini or Stu Kini Wally and Mark, the United language coming in. So, guys, get ready. First question, and you don't get much time. Stu, look at the camera. Don't look at your screen. I think you are trying to.
He can't use two devices. He's lagging too much.
I can't use two devices at once. That's where I am. I can't. I've got another laptop here and a fucking lappy here, but they're all shut.
Okay, coming in. First question. Who have had the most yellow cards for Man United this season?
Oh, most yellow cards.
The one who shouts out first get to answer.
We're going with Casemiro.
That's your final answer, Casemiro?
Yeah.
Mark, the same?
Yeah. We said it at the same time.
We did, yeah.
We have Bilal coming in with Cass, same from Witterbird, and also from Stephanie. But there is one more player, so I want the other player. You only get half a point for Casemiro.
Luke Shaw.
Yes.
No,
Fantastic.
Luke Shaw.
So, mate, the guy cannot tackle.
Well, no, that's true. That's true.
The amount of times you see him slide the leg up to trip him.
1 point for Mark and 0.5 for Stu because you had one of the two right. Next question. This is an easy one. So just shout your name or whatever as quick as possible. Who's the top goal scorer for Man United this season?
And Bruno.
Stuart.
Yes.
Sesko.
You are both right. We have two top goal scorers with 11 goals. It's Mbeumo and Sesko. So it's 0.5 to both of you. So after two questions, Mark is leading 1.5 against Stu's 1 point. In the chat, we had Johnny Kermode coming in with Mbeumo, with the bird with Sesko. So guys, you both get half a point. Next, Stephanie comes in with both of them, Sesko and Mbeumo.
And Bruno with his 2 goals, last 2. Otherwise,
well, to be fair, he could have had 10 goals in the last 3 games.
Das comes in with Sene Lamets. No way. Okay, third question. This is a difficult one. So, who has won the most penalties for Man United this season? Won us the most penalties.
Won us the most penalties. That is,
and it's only one player.
Yeah, that is a tricky one. Who's been involved in the penalties?
No, you haven't, Vicky. No.
Oh God, that's a tough one. That is.
I know who's been booked the most for diving, trying to get penalties.
Yeah.
And everyone's putting him in the chat. So
I'm going to go with.
That's what I was thinking, Cunha. But
I was going to go with Ahmad, actually.
Okay.
And I can see Ahmad being refused penalties, a very famous one during the season.
But we haven't had that many penalties, have we? I can't really think so.
No. But Bruno missed a couple in the beginning of the season. Okay, I'll give you the answer because the answer is already in the live chat. Mark was right. It's Cunha. Same goes to Vicky. Same goes to Stephanie. Bilal comes in with the right answer. Sanshid comes in with the same answer. Johnny Mo, sorry, it's Cunha. The most penalties, but it's only Cunha's only won us 2 penalties this season.
But he's been booked 3 times for diving, trying to get a penalty. And one of them wasn't even a penalty. That was the one at Palace with Thingy pulled him back outside and he threw himself in the box.
Can I just point out Ahmad's been denied 3 clear-cut penalties this season, so it would have been.
Yeah, Cunha got one where he was outside the box.
Yeah.
By the way, we are on 80 likes, so please, if you haven't, smash the like for the Tactical Devils and our two contenders in this little quiz of ours. So we have number 4, the fourth questions. It's quite an easy one, so we have to be quick. How many games did we lose in this year's Premier League?
7.
I'd agree with Mark. 7. I agree with Mark.
Yes, Mark.
Somewhere, right. Jarvis, I kid you not, I saw the league table today. It's on my background. Well, not this one, but my normal one. And it's only got our stats. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it says 7 up there somewhere. And I know we drew more than that.
Can I just point out, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do this. 7. I just like to point that out.
No,
it's on camera.
Enlarge me. I'm on my England background. There's no England. Man United.
It's on camera.
For VAR.
I'm just saying, I didn't do that. But I agree. I thought it was 7 anyway, so I was just a bit behind. But I think I should get a point anyway for that.
The Rock says comes in with 7. Bilal says 6. Sorry. Sanshid says 14. It's a Premier League, my friend. So it's only 7. Stephanie comes in with 7 again. Stephanie has all the answers right. Big up, Stephanie.
Vicky's beat me as well. Vicky's beaten me. Everyone's beaten me.
Everyone's younger than each other. It's all right. Just plain dementia.
Neil Driscoll comes in with 7. Same with Das. So and Stephanie with the right answers: 20 wins, 11 draws, and 7 losses.
I knew we drew a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
I knew it was 20 wins, and that's how I got it. I was like,
I know we drew a lot because somebody was saying, I had to laugh. Somebody put on Twitter today that if we'd won these 5 games we drew, we would have been champions. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, Jesus Christ.
Well, they've got a point. The games we drew, Stu, were like Fulham and that and games we really should have won. Do you know what I
know.
mean? It
I
really
know.
would have been a different.
But unfortunately, it's like saying if it rained today, I would have got wet.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have had Carrick as a manager because Amorim would have had more points and been higher in the league.
So, yeah.
You are forgiven, Vicky. You are forgiven.
You're always forgiven, Vicky.
Yes, always forgiven.
4-2
last question. So, Stu, we have 1.5 points on the first 4 questions, and Mark has 3.5. But the last question is not. The last question is not 1 point; it's 3 points.
Ooh.
So you can still win it. You can still win it, but you got to be quick. Stu, you got to be quick.
I'm never quick.
You can't
too late
think.
back.
You just got to go in there with some answers. You got to gamble. You got to gamble. So the last question is: how many red cards did we get this season, and who?
Red cards this season, I'm going with 3. And Casemiro, definitely. He must have had a red. Cunny got sent off, didn't he? And
I'm holding my answers.
I'm doing as the referees do when the goalkeeper holds the ball, starting the countdown.
I can't think who else got sent off. Anyway, I'm going with 3, but I can't remember who they all are.
Oh, you give it a guess.
I'm going to go with Cunha, Casemiro. I just can't think who else got sent. Ahmad. I can't think.
Oh,
but I'm going to go with 3.
Okay. Mark?
I'm going with 3, and it is Cunha, Martinez for a hair pull, Maguire.
Martinez, of course.
But somewhere in my head, I'm going, I'm sure there's a 4th, but they're the 3 I can think of.
I forgot about Martinez. Yeah, well done.
I gotta give my roses to Mark for the right answer. The right answer was 3, but you both had 3, so you both get a point for that one. Casemiro, you both had Casemiro right, and as you said, Licha with the hair pull and Maguire's red card against Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Let's see what the chat is saying. Madison says 4. Sorry, that's
hang on. No, it weren't Casemiro. Cunha got sent off.
No, it's Casemiro.
Yes, Cunha got sent off.
Did he? Am I wrong? Let me just check.
Was that? We didn't get sent off against Grimsby or Brighton, did they?
No.
According to SofaScore, the 3 red cards was Casemiro, Martinez, and Maguire. Don't know if you can see it.
For some reason, I'm thinking of Cunha getting sent off, being a man-child in the first half of the season.
And also, Shea Lacey got a red card in the FA Cup, but that was the FA Cup.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of. Lacey slammed the ball down on the ground, didn't he, and got sent off.
Yeah, he got sent off in the FA Cup, yeah.
James comes in with 3. Whitterbird, 3. Big up, Vicky. I
knew there was a 4th somewhere in there, Stu. It was Lacey.
I knew Lacey had done, but I knew he was Cup. For...
Neil Briscoe, right answer.
I forgot about the fucking hair pull.
What's going on with Stephanie? She knows everything. Big up, Stephanie.
She's a legend. She's a legend.
Quick on Google.
No. Stephanie would never Google.
Steph's beating us all.
Steph won it. But guys, I will give you I have a bonus question. Just
Let's point tonight, by the way, though, John.
Is that to try and help Stu catch up?
The bonus question gives the winner 100 points. So this counts for everyone.
It's worth pointing out about everybody who put Lacey, and it's a good shout that because he did get sent off this season.
He did. Okay, the bonus question goes to all of you. Who missed the most big chances for Man United this season?
Brian and Bruno.
The most big chance.
And that was only last week.
Yes.
I kind of wasn't really listening. I was kind of reading. I wasn't listening. I was reading. But my answer would have been in Bruno anyway. No. Just a message that came in. But my answer would have been Bremo anyway. That's quite straightforward on that.
Oh, what a fantastic quiz!
Good fun, that. Good fun, that.
I love the knowledge in the chat, all of you, and especially Stephanie coming in with all those right answers. And same goes for Vicky, who had a lot of right answers. So high roses go out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for contributing in this.
That was good fun, that, Joel.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
That was almost as good as when we did the modern day speak.
Yes.
Yes, that was quite good as well because I knew, hardly any of
that. I did think I'd be all right. When the Balls Out podcast was still going, I was the champ of their end of season last year as well. So
to be honest, Jarvis knows me. I don't pay no attention to season whatsoever. I just don't. Everybody knows I don't.
I was just I'm just going to have my hands here because then no.
I just don't. But good fun. I'll enjoy that. Good fun.
I thought it would be funny just to do a little bit of a recap of the season, and I wanted to make it a short segue because we only have 20 minutes left, and then we will hit the 2-hour mark, and I want to do some questions. So quickly, guys. I want you to roll the dice and tell us your rating for the season.
Yeah, I'm going to score it relatively highly. I think it's a 7. I'm happy with
one dice, 1 to 6.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, just a dice, 1 to 6.
Roll the dice.
1 to 6. Yeah. If we can only roll the dice 1 to 6, it's got to be a 4 then. So
I was going to say, yeah.
And I think that's a fair assessment of our season, and to be honest, you've got to give Amrin a little bit of credit for where he pushed us and to where Carrick pulled us. I said last time it was push-pull effect our season, and it has been. He wasn't brilliant. He wasn't great. I mean, Bruno's come out and said, quite frankly, it wasn't nothing to do with football. That we didn't like Amrin. We didn't like Amrin. Well, grow up. Would be my response to that. Just get on with it. Just grow the fuck up. It's a stupid thing to say to come out in public.
Where did he say that?
On the Diary of a CEO or whatever that podcast.
I must have missed that bit.
You did a interview, and it's actually a good podcast for you guys if you want to check it out.
Diary of a CEO, but effectively came out and said it wasn't. It was nothing to do with football with Amrin. It looked like it was a personality clash to me, which I thought would just grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we thought about his personality. He withdrew from the group, and Bruno didn't like it. Yeah. He wants to be more hands-on. Yeah.
Yes. So it was interesting. I'd imagine you're going to see over the coming weeks now Amrin's riposte to that. I'd imagine he will come out and will say something. But anyway, that's another story. So by finishing, what did we finish? 15th last season, 16th, something along those lines.
Yes.
We were all very, very close. Two of us were very close to our points tally, or all of us were. Jarvis actually is the only one that did hold the points for 2 weeks. He was officially on.
Yeah, but that 2 weeks, 2 months ago.
Yeah, well, but he got it. He got there. I was
closest.
Yeah, you were closest. I would have been closest if we'd drawn against Brentford, but then you would have won because we'd have finished on 69. So
yeah. And by the way, Man United have had the biggest improvement this season. I don't know if you can read this; it's very small. So Arsenal went from 74 points to 85, and City from 71 to 78, and we actually went from 42 points to 71. So we managed 29 points more than last season. So we were the best team in the Premier League, and Liverpool are the worst with 24 points worse off last season.
So I'm going to go with a 4. If you roll the dice, it's 6. I go with a 4.
Well, I'm going 5. Yeah. I'm going 5. I'm close to 9 out of 10 because I think you're right. 15th to 3rd is an absolute joke. That shouldn't be happening, and it just shows how poor we were last year. Because we brought in three attackers and a goalkeeper, and we all knew that was the problem last year, and we didn't, as a club, we didn't go and sort that when we were dropping down the league. But you know, as good as we were, I want to give a massive shout out to Sunderland, because for me, I think that what you're putting up there, to go from the Champions League championship to almost the Champions League, you know, everyone had that potential yesterday to get there. I thought that was phenomenal. So we overachieved because we massively underachieved. Now that's a contradiction in itself, right?
Yeah.
So for me, to go from 15th to where we are it's a 9 out of 10, because I didn't think we'd do it. But what I will say to you all, guys, always back the 69, because you always could be close.
I was 2 off being on the button. I was so close, and that fucking handball incident would have got me.
And if my aunt had a cock, she'd be my uncle.
Would have got me on 66. I would have been fucking there, and I would have. That's it. I would have claimed victory. Jarvis claimed victory 2 months ago, and rightly so.
No, I never.
We were actually a whisker of away from all of us at one stage being on the points total we predicted. And that would have been brilliant. That would have been really, really cool.
Well, literally that if we had drawn against Brighton, which most of us probably thought was,
I thought we were going to lose.
The case, I've been bang on the money. I've been well happy.
I thought we were going to. I was close. I was pretty close. I thought I might.
You were.
You were 65, weren't you?
66. I was happy with that. Yeah, I was happy.
Guys, I just want to go through the chats, and let me just remove this so I don't cover Mark completely with the questions. So James comes in, she gives it a 5 out of 6 on the dice. Life Lesson Music gives it a 4. Dassy gives it a 7, but I think it's a 7 out of 10. But guys, it's a 1 to 6. It's a dice. Nas gives it a 6 out of 10. Third place was good, but being knocked out of the cups early is the reason we played well. So yeah, that's and Das gives it a 3. Rocky Says gives it an 8 out of 10. Life Lesson gives it a 10 out of 10 compared to being 15th. Yeah, well, that's
fair. That's sort of along what I'm saying. It's
Johnny Kermode gives it a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 in the league. Okay. So yeah, and you know, Wiki also comes in and say the goal difference went from a -1 to a +19. Yeah, and she also mentioned it was a game of 2 halves. You know, the first half of the season and the second half. So again, that's superb how we managed to redeem ourselves in that second half of the season. Rob Always United comes in and gives us a 5.
I can't even remember, Jarvis, when we last had a plus goal difference. That's how bad that's been.
Years. Yeah, it's been a couple of years.
Quickly, we have a super chat, and I saw we had some requests for the super chat song. So Owen or Eon, that's the Irish way to say Owen. Let's give Owen the Guardiola.
Yeah, give him the Guardiola one. Yes.
Yes.
Fucking Guardiola, fucking waste of time. There is a question on Guardiola, and there's actually a question about the diary of the CEO. Did we see it? So we'll just have to we'll answer those in a short while.
Say again. I wandered off.
Well, I always wander off. That's part of the course for me. We were talking about the diary of the CEO, and it's just me put a question in about that actually.
Yeah. It was but I haven't heard all of it. I just listened.
No, I haven't. So we won't be able to comment on it.
So
but I've been able to pick some stuff out. But he did get a tactics board out, which I thought was quite funny. At one point.
Have you watched the tactics board part?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Now, explain to me what Amorim, he's talking about Amorim playing him as a left 10 when he never played there at all. So there's some bullshit going on with that interview. So if I'm going to watch it, maybe we can talk about it on the next show. Maybe we can all watch it because there's some stuff that doesn't quite tie up.
It didn't make much sense what he was doing on the tactics board because Stephen Bartlett, well, he's a good footballer actually, Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah.
Not a bad player. But yeah.
Didn't know that.
He's all right. Yeah, no, he's not a bad player. Yeah, he's not a bad player.
But Owen, thank you so much for the super chat. And before we go to the questions, I just want to want to bring this up and look at the table. Who was your surprise team? Mark said Sunderland. Who's your biggest surprise for this season, Stu?
Brentford. Keith Andrews deserves manager of the season. Absolute sterling job. Sterling.
What, falling out of Europe on over the last 2 games of the season?
The final day, yeah.
Well, look at the company. He's never been a manager in his life. Look at the company. Brilliant. Should be by far it should be nobody else should be involved in that. He should win manager of the season.
I think Sunderland should. Between those two, I totally agree. For those two are definitely the only conversations to be had.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets it from me, Keith Andrews, because he was a coach. The guy at Sunderland, Lacroix, whatever his name is, been around for a bit, hasn't he? But he's done a cracking job.
Around, but not.
He's done a good job. He's done a good job. Yeah, he's done a good job.
And I just wanna give Leeds. I know we all hate Leeds and all of this, but Daniel Parquet and their players, how they managed to put a good season in, 47 points. They secured the Premier League. Everybody was saying Leeds was going down, and again, I think it's a strong season from Leeds United.
Yeah.
So I will be generous enough to give Leeds.
Yeah,
I think the table is misleading. Sorry, Stu, go on. Say what you were going to say.
I was going to say Arteta will win the manager of the year because by winning the league, he will.
But who was the biggest disappointment, Stu?
For me, the biggest disappointment.
Chelsea, Spurs, Forest, West Ham.
I knew that the likes
of Liverpool
wouldn't. You'd have to give Liverpool the biggest disappointment this year.
Yeah.
See, they didn't disappoint me because this is my fear of Man United. You go out and buy that many players and you try and fit them into your 11, it can go one of 2 ways. And for Liverpool, it went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because now they're going to lose even more players. They've dropped and their best players are likely to walk out the door. Alisson to Juventus, fucking Salah to wherever he wants.
Yeah, he was always going money, Alisson. I think Liverpool, I think that's quite a big swing in terms of champions to just scraping into Champions League. I think that's a bit of a big swing.
Jarvis, I'm going to have to give it to 4 teams.
Okay.
And because I can't split them. Because Stu's right with the Liverpool one. That's one of the teams, right? Because champions to their worst ever champions, points wise, that's facts now. It's all been done and dusted, isn't it? They were worse than we were under Moyes after winning the league.
Yeah.
Chelsea,
Alisson apparently
Chelsea to drop from 3rd to outside of Europe after sacking their manager. That's just horrendous. But that's club. That's not necessarily the team. That's why I say I find it hard to split. Tottenham have got to be in there. And obviously West Ham. West Ham have plummeted down the league since winning the Conference League. Yeah. Tottenham, another team that went all out against us last year to win the Europa League and stayed down there. You look at Leeds, you've got Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Palace are playing the final this week. And Forest went all the way to the semi-final because they had to gamble. Yeah. So the league's a little bit misleading down there in points-wise because they gave up and had to rest players, and we saw that rotation.
League's been rubbish.
But for me, it's between probably, if I had to narrow the 4 down, Chelsea and Liverpool. And I'll probably say Chelsea just to be different on Stu because we understand the Liverpool one. It is, when you buy that many players, in my opinion, they don't always gel. But Chelsea, what the fuck? Like that was just wrong.
Mm.
Yeah. So from where they were like a stone and finish outside of Europe with all those teams like Sunderland getting into Europe.
I love it. I love it seeing Garnacho struggling in the Chelsea side. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be more happy for it.
Hey, there'll be a threat next year because they're going to be in the boat we were in this season.
We're getting in the neck. Questions, gentlemen. Before we do,
yeah. We got to go to the questions. We have
just before we do, it's worth pointing out though that Espirito Santos hasn't officially been sacked.
But they are discussing his termination, and Scott Parker is running up as
the championship.
Biggest favorite to take his job.
He's effectively not been sacked yet, and Alisson apparently staying at Liverpool. That's just come through. Interesting. Anyway, let's get on to questions. Dave just said, "Are we doing questions?" We are, Dave.
Yeah.
We are. Let me play the Q&A jingle, and
jingle.
let's just get on with the question. And guys, if you have questions, get them into the live chat. Start with the letter Q, and we will know it's something that we have to bookmark for later. So here's the jingle for you guys. Let's dance.
Well. It is question time. We've got about 16 questions. We've got 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So let's have a look, and let's get the first question in. So first of all, we're going to just talk about this. So it's just me. 43 says, "Would love to know the panel's view on Bruno's Diary of a CEO podcast." We did mention it a little while ago. I've seen snippets of it. I've not seen it all. I need to have a bit more. The bits I've seen was interesting. The bits I haven't may tell a different story and paint a different picture. So we're all going to look at it. It's just me, 43, and we'll give you our feedback probably next week now.
Yeah.
So hope that answers your question. Bilal says, how many group stage games in the World Cup will England win?
3 from me.
Yeah, I don't think it's probably 2 for me as well. I think, Mark. It's just a boring group. It's a boring group. It's
the only game is the Croatia game that could be.
We don't need to win any more than 2 in our group.
No, and we've seen that game a million times in Croatia. Yeah. We'll get through, but I think we'll probably just win 2. Cheers for that question, Bilal. Grace said, "Would you take Hjulmand, guys?"
Hjulmand, Morten Hjulmand.
No comment.
Well, we thought he was poor over the 2 legs against Bode Glimt. He drifted in and out.
Don't mention that. He was such a shithouser in that game. So
terrible.
Basically, I don't like Hjulmand. I don't like him.
Yeah, he was just terrible. He was just terrible. He didn't have a great semi-final.
But I do rate him as a player, to be honest. But I don't like him
as a person. Yeah, I it's a no for me. It's a no for me. He fits into the Ederson bracket for me, actually. And the Ederson bracket for me is he's been at Atalanta for 4 seasons now, and no top club's gone in for him. And I think I'm on the same thing with Hjulmand, or however you pronounce it. No top club's gone in for him.
And so Atletico were in for Ederson earlier on in it this year, but pulled out because of the asking price and the fact that apparently he only wants Manchester United, and that's just been tweeted out. But Ederson's been denied the opportunity to leave because they've sold other players.
Yeah, but that means
they sold other players. They only want him for 70, 80 million.
Did he or did he not transfer to another club?
What do you mean?
He didn't transfer.
No,
he didn't transfer. Who went in for him?
Well, if they're going to deny people,
and this is the thing, and Shumlin's the same. Nobody of any note has gone in for him, and that for me is always a red flag. So I
think he's only just burst from the scene, Hjulmand, for me.
He's a good player, but I don't think he's not what we need. We need better. I think anyway.
Stu, repeat after me. Hjulmand.
Hjulmand.
That's Hjulmand.
Small drink, small protein drink. Hjulmand.
I have Hjul. I like Hjul. I have Hjul. Would we take Hjulmand? No. That was a short answer. Bilal comes in again. He says, "What non-football?" That's interesting. What non-football role would you have accepted from a rival club? Oh, that's really interesting. Mine's quite
Scout.
easy.
Scout.
No,
Definitely.
non-football role.
Oh, non-football role.
Yeah.
I know what mine is.
Me and you can only do the same thing, Jarvis.
Working in the superstore, selling merch.
No, fucking director. Run a successful businessman. Director. Well, that's what I would want. I would want to be on the board of directors.
Is that not a footballing role?
Either that or the kitman.
No, it's non-football.
But that is a footballing role. You control the football club. That's as much football role as anything, isn't it not?
Well, no, but you don't have any input in the football role, do you? You are running the club, so you're running the business.
I would be the kitman of Liverpool, and I would put some itching powder in their jerseys before every game, and then just
you've got to be
from the inside.
Yeah, a non-football role. You've got to be, as Jarvis said, you've got to be minibus driver, whatever. But if you're running the business, which say Manchester United is, then you're that's a non-football role. You're just running the day-to-day finances in the business. Good question, but so you'd have to be a director.
I'll go with kitman.
So, Mark, who would you be?
Media relations.
Oh, you do. I see. I do media, so I wouldn't want to do media.
No. Your media relations. You can't fucking ask that question. Fuck off.
I wouldn't want to do PR. It'd drive me fucking nuts at a football club. I'd end up killing the players. Literally,
that's why I would love to do it. Stu. It's What the fuck were you thinking writing that on your Instagram?
I would. I'd fucking kill half of them. They're just useless morons. Great question, Bilal. As always, Steph comes in with lads. Could you see the possibility of Yoro and Heaven playing right and left back respectively before they form a future? Oh, what a great question!
Boom.
What a really good question.
Yes, that's definitely a big yes. And we know we have seen others like, can I mention Wes Brown, for example? Brilliant right back, but he was originally a centre back.
He was a centre back, yes.
I think when you're young, you can still be transformed into other roles and be more versatile. So, people got to remember you're not ready-made when you're 19, 20 or 18 or whatever. You still have a lot to learn, and why not? Why can't you just try to adapt to another position? We've been talking about this for a long time, Stu. You mentioned you wanted to see Xerxes playing as a number 8 to get a chance to play for Man United, for example. Never happened, but again, Mark.
We have had, sorry Mark, just before you come in, we have had certain players that have left the club rather than transfer. And I'm going to talk to you about Axel Tuanzebe. Centre half. We played him at right back. He was absolutely brilliant there. Didn't want to play right back. Ends up at Ipswich at right back. Those are types of players that, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that. But, players today, they consider what they're best at rather than how they can best help the team. And that's always been a bugbear for me. So I think it's a great question, Steph, and it's a big yes from me. Big fat yes from me. Mark?
Euro, maybe. I think he's already played quite a few games at right back since we bought him.
Some right back.
Or has had to come on to cover as a right back before. Left back, I don't really see it with Heaven. I don't. For me, he's just an out-and-out centre back. He loves to tackle. I think you put him on the wing, he's likely to dive in on and give away a few penalties. With a wide player driving at him. But Stu's right. There is no reason not. If you should be able to play a right back position if you're a right centre back, because you get dragged out there when the right back goes missing, especially when it's Dallo. Sorry, Grace.
Mark,
you get caught up. You have to go wide, don't you, Stu? What position are you in when you go wide?
You
do. And right back.
Yeah,
but Dan Burn plays as a left back. I can clearly see Aiden Heaven operate as a left back if needed.
Don't mention Dan Burn.
No, I'm just saying. You don't need to be the prototype.
6 foot what?
There are bigger left backs out there. You don't have to be pacey. You just have to read the game. Good one against one defender.
Yeah.
But I think Stu want to see Leach plays as a left back.
I do. I do. I think it'd be a brilliant left back for us.
Yeah.
Well, it makes more sense. Leisure at left back makes more sense with height and aggression and
it'd be a great left back for us. Be a great left back. Great question, Steph. Thank you for that. We have a question from Sanchi, the legend that is Sanchi. And again, he's come up with an absolutely brilliant one. Do you agree with the statement players like Casemiro and Bruno cannot be replaced? That is a big yes for me. Every player can be replaced. And that's all I'll say, because that's the truth. Mark?
Do you agree with the statement players like Casemiro, Bruno cannot be replaced? No, cannot is the wrong word. It's harder to replace someone like a Casemiro than a Bruno than just any normal footballer. Every player, as Stu said earlier in the show, look how long it took us to find Van der Sar and then De Gea. Look how long it's taken us to find a replacement for Roy Keane. You know, Ryan Giggs. They get replaced, but some take longer than others.
Yeah. Jarvis?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Stu.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody can be replaced. Yeah.
A great question, Sanchi, as always. Absolutely brilliant. We've got some great questions. I just want to pick out what we got. Johnny K, very quick answer, guys. He says, out of the promoted teams, who do you think is most likely to do well next season?
So who's up? Is it Hull, Ipswich, and
Hull, Ipswich,
Millwall?
No, who finished second?
Someone came straight back up, didn't they?
Who finished fucking second?
Can't think.
I can't think either. Ipswich came.
Coventry.
I think all get relegated, so it's as simple as that. I think all go straight back down.
So do I. Hull haven't got a hope in hell.
No. Hull were the lowest team in the playoffs, and they won it.
And they were terrible. We haven't got a hope on.
No.
I think Coventry might be okay in terms of they'll win some, but and same with Ipswich. No, I think all three are down.
I think Hull will be up for breaking the points total.
Oh yeah, 100%. Hull are so bad. Yeah. Jarvis?
I think Coventry has a chance to stay up. They have a chance.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. I think Coventry has a good team, and I've seen Coventry play a couple of games against better teams, and we played them in the FA Cup under Ten Hag, and they still have a lot of the same players. So yeah, it'll be interesting seeing Coventry next season.
Bit like Leeds.
Yeah, a bit like Leeds.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair comment. Great question, Johnny K, as always. Vicky says, Wiki. I'm going to get told
Vicky.
Off. No, Wiki.
Vicky.
Wiki says, why aren't we calling out the social media team? And she's absolutely fucking right here, by the way. They are excellent when Man United are good, tone death when we're not. Absolutely. In fact, Vic, you've answered your own question, sweetheart, because our social media team are fucking useless. I'm not a huge fan of X and teams doing social media and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you, right, BBC Sports were quicker to announce Michael Carrick than Manchester United's own app. By a matter of 30 seconds, admittedly, but it's true. Go figure. All right, that's what I'm going to say to you. Go figure. So, Vic, you're absolutely right with that statement. I hate our social media too.
I would caveat this. Stu is so spot on, but I'm going to tell you now, watch this space for next year regarding Manchester United and their social media.
Oh, we're getting better, are we?
You've only got to see the YouTube coverage. MUTV might have a massive problem with its subscription when they're showing all the games on YouTube live for the under 18s and 21s. Now they're looking at some kind of subscription ship to stop that from happening. They're pushing it out there. They're going a lot further, doing pretty much build up on YouTube and MUTV. You pay for one, you don't pay for the other.
Yeah, good.
So they're rebuilding and redoing it.
Good luck to him on that one. There won't be a subscriber here, I can tell you that for now.
No, but you don't need to, Stu. You've only
No,
got to
I
look
know.
on
I have
YouTube
seen it,
to get
yeah.
the same content.
Yeah, but yeah. Great question, Vicky. That's absolutely brilliant. What else have we got? We've had some really good questions in today.
A lot of good questions, always.
Yeah. So I just want to The Rock says, should the club bring back the Rocky music to restore identity to make Old Trafford a place teams hate coming to? Yes, they used to come out, didn't they, to the that one. So it's hard to say whether it intimidated anybody, The Rock, but it's a bit of nostalgia doesn't hurt anyone, mate. And I like that question. I mean, Rocky was synonymous with brilliance, wasn't it?
That's the song you're talking about.
That's another one. Well, yeah, but there's a training, the training music. Was,
You're talking about the training montage from Rocky 4.
Yeah.
You know, when in Rocky 4 and he's training in the snow and he's doing the sit-ups on the things, we used to come out to that one, which is also Survivor, I think.
Yeah, we've done Eye of the Tiger as well. Yeah. So
well, give me the Stone Roses. I'm happy with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Stone Roses is
Well, we've got our own song now, haven't we? So it's as simple as that.
We do. What else have we got? Nas says, who is the best informed to not make the England squad? Well, Morgan Gibbs-White is mine. Me and Jarvis spoke about it.
The highest scoring English player in the Premier League doesn't get picked. Yeah,
didn't even get a sniff, did he? I think it's hard to look past Morgan Gibbs-White, to be honest. Naz, for me anyway. I was astounded by it, but I'm easily astounded anyway. But that just shocked the fucking life out of me. That did. I can't believe it.
Well, Jarvis, you in the show, I went through so many players that haven't been called up, which don't make sense. And last night when we were talking about the World Cup,
Tuchel has done a mare. Yeah.
Oh, we're coming.
If he picks a squad, he knows can do one job, and he's looking to play the same 11 week in, week out, or week in, day out, because it ain't
every 3 days. Every 3 days.
Then he's done the right thing, but. No Lewis Hall, no Harry Maguire, no Trent, no Walton. Forget who was the most likely to go in that. Jordan Henderson over Adam Walton.
Well, you got Dan Burn, don't forget.
Dan Burn over Maguire, Luke Shaw, and fucking Lewis Hall. Like
Kwanzaa. Not Konza, but Kwanzaa. Not
I can understand the centre backs over Maguire. I can, because Maguire has got the pace, and a lot of those teams are going to have pace up top. I can,
none of them can head the fucking ball.
That was my counter to it, Stu. If we need to defend the box for the last 10 minutes, or we need to score, Harry Maguire, get on there and just set Harry Kane up with your head or clear it.
John Stones, the fucking clown, yesterday. He played yesterday, didn't he? All I didn't see their game because I wasn't interested.
Well, what was it? John Stones, 350 minutes plus yesterday.
Exactly. Yeah.
Over Harry Maguire, who's 1600.
Yeah. Rumour has it John Stones goes home and gets himself in a full body cast so doesn't break any of his bones.
So, interesting bit of information. Did you know Tuchel tried to buy John Stones for Chelsea?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
There's
favorites.
There's too many Chelsea links in that England squad. Yeah, we can talk about them for another day.
It's a joke. Talking to Chelsea, Dania says, what if Chelsea will struggle? Pedro and Fernandez this summer won't happen.
They can't. I don't think they can lose Pedro. Fernandez, yes, and left back Cucurella. I think they're gone already. But Pedro, I don't think goes anywhere. Just purely because of contracts.
He's unfortunate not to be in the Brazil squad. I think Pedro lost out to Neymar, didn't he? So legacy one there for me. But apparently Neymar is playing very well at the minute, or has been.
Yeah, while beating up small kids.
Yeah, Bilal. Yeah, see, here's a really interesting question. And Bilal says, why do people compare Fergie to Fraudiola? Would Fraudiola win the Champions League with Aberdeen? Would he fuck?
No, it baffles me. You know, he's nowhere close to Ferguson, and I think we all know it. Pep knows it, but I think people like to stir the pot, and you know, all of these pundits coming out talking about this as they are equals, but we all know they will never. Pep will never be an equal to Fergie, unless you know he goes in and takes over West Ham now that they're relegated and brings them up back again to the Premier League and wins the Premier League. Then we can talk. You know,
he's going to have to take Dr. Ferrari with him, won't he? I mean, look, everything for me is generational. There's no such thing as the greatest of all time in anything, in any work of life, in any sport, because it's just different. It's just different generations, different everything. And you know, you talk about Messi being better than George Best. Could Messi do what George Best did on a fucking piss poor pitch with the
tackles coming in around your waist?
Maradona could.
Yeah, Maradona did.
He did.
Maradona did a little bit later, but he did, Jarvis. But we're talking, Marco. You know, the pictures of the 60s and the early 70s, Jarvis. They were fucking wet. The ball wouldn't bounce because it was too heavy.
I've seen footage. Yeah,
you're talking about Best doing that, and
it's a mud wrestling match at the back in the days. Yeah,
people are saying that Messi's the greatest of all time. Go and do it back. Yeah, you couldn't do it back then. So I don't think it's a question of the greatest of all time. I think if Pep and Fergie were going at you know, head to head in the 80s and the 90s, I don't think Guardiola would do it because he wouldn't have what's at his disposal now. Okay, to them, because he wouldn't be able to get his little. Oh no, can't do that, can we? Whatever he may or may not have done to enhance certain things, which we know he was investigating for. So no, there's not even a comparison.
No.
In this generation, hats off to you, pal. But
I don't think he's even the best in this generation, and I stand by this fully. For me, Pep against Klopp. Klopp is the better manager. Klopp didn't have the money. Klopp has done it with lesser clubs. You know, with what he did in Germany, what he's done, build up. Pep has only managed at the top. So when you want a comparison, Klopp over Ferguson actually is closer than a Pep to a Ferguson.
I mean, to be fair, going to Germany and winning with Bayern Munich isn't exactly hard, is it?
No, but winning the league with Borussia Dortment over Bayern Munich is hard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because they do not have the financial player. They had to buy youth and train them up and work his way. And Liverpool done the same.
Yeah, so the ball was like a medicine ball. Yeah, it was. I know they're calling they're calling it the bald fraud. Is that his stand? Is it? He's having a statue as well, isn't he? I read somewhere. Fucking hell. Bilal, we've got a couple of questions to go. What musician would Mark impersonate? That was such a question to you.
I have no idea. One who can't sing.
I definitely can't sing.
What musicians would Mark impersonate?
No idea.
Yeah. I know. Elvis Costello.
What the fuck?
With the glasses.
Thanks.
Yeah, we could be. That's the only thing that popped up in my mind. Elvis Costello.
I've got one. If I shave my head and I take the glasses off, only because I'm looking at the camera right now, and some of you might laugh. I can't think what his name is. The lead singer of Linkin Park that killed himself.
Oh, Chester Bennington.
Chester. Take the glasses off, shave the head, because I've got the facial shape same. That's probably as an impersonator, maybe, but.
Okay. I missed.
I'd rather go for that over Elvis Costello.
Well, if you go back to the let's say the 70s, Elvis Costello.
Oh, I know it's a compliment for the time, but
see, I can find a picture here of Elvis Costello. So, guys, could this be Mark?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, well,
maybe
it's 50%. 50%.
Fucking hell, Bilal.
That's a good effort.
So Stephanie, she's into heavy metal over Tiki Tacker, 100%.
But Steph knows what she's talking about when it comes to heavy metal.
That's what I was saying.
What we got left, I think that's about it, gents. Or last question from The Rock says, Vicky has got something, but I can't find it. So sorry, Vicky, I can't find it. But it was to do with a stripper pole. But I just need to find it. So, but anyway, question is, hold on, I'm getting told off here. Question is, do you think we will improve next season or go backwards?
I think we stay the same.
I
think we actually can stay level.
I said on last night's show, The Rock, that we have to improve. If Carrick is going to be taken seriously, he's got to improve, and we've got to be challenging for the league title next year. People laughed at me, and go ahead and laugh, but no, I think we've got to improve.
I think it's a loaded question. The reason I say that is there were so many underperforming teams this year.
Yeah, which we knew there would be.
Yeah,
and
so
there will be.
It's hard to say we need to improve and challenge. Therefore, we'll be challenging because Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea, with not having the games now, obviously they're only going to play 30-something games. That they're going to be problems like what we had. Do you know what I mean? So I think we stay the same, but doesn't mean we're going to be at the top of the league. I think we stay performance-wise. 20 wins is still not that many.
Yeah, I think we've got to improve. I don't think there's any choice. We have to improve. If he wants to be taken seriously, Carrick, he's got to take us to that next level and quickly. That's my demand of Michael Carrick. Jarvis is Magnum PI.
I'm just laughing. Tom Selleck. Well, I'm not the Tom Selleck. I don't have the proper stash.
And you haven't got the dark jet black hair that he had, or blackish, like I said, Tom Selleck.
But guys, I want to show you this. Someone in the chat mentioning the Proclaimers. This is Mark.
Oh yes, the Scottish dude. Yes,
I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. Mark, do you agree?
It's closer than Eminem or, yeah.
He went with Eminem. It's not Eminem.
Blau.
Oh, okay. I'm not so sure about Eminem.
No, nor am I.
I can see a slight resemblance. You're not...
Maybe Bros?
No, fucking Bros. No, you don't want to be Bros. Fucking hell. We have one more question from Wiki. She's coming with one more question. She says, what football team in the Championship is your up and down team in the recent season? So she's talking about teams that go up and down.
Oh, the yo-yo teams, Burnley.
Yeah, she's talking about yo-yo teams. West Brom were one of the original yo-yo teams. They used to always go up and come down, up and down, up and down. Survive purely, if you remember, on their parachute payments.
Yeah.
Which is now Burnley.
Which is now Burnley. So Burnley have made more money, apparently, than what Inter Milan did, which I thought was quite funny. So that's a really good question. I like that. It's a good question. So for me, it's West Brom, Vic. They would be the habitual up and down. They did it.
It's a question like, what team do we like that comes up and down?
Yeah.
I thought it actually had something to do with
Norwich.
Norwich. I don't think. I mean, if she is to do with a stripper team, that's definitely Hull, because Hull will go up and slide straight down that pole.
Down the hole.
Down the pole and into the hole.
Hole's pole.
And never to be seen again. That's a good question. I love that question. But like I say,
do you know what? For me, I'm going to have to say it's Southampton. Because obviously it's the most local to me, and obviously I've got ties to Russell Martin and his academy with my son. So,
I think Southampton are going to be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble.
Derby.
I think they will have a very good case to fight. Because there's other teams that got caught and no punishment for filming training. Leeds United, do you remember?
You can stick a drone in the air and not get told off unless there's a no-fly zone over it. So when there's no fly zone,
exactly.
Jess Park. Didn't Jess Park win Player of the Year for the women?
Yes.
You might be right. Yeah.
Yes. She was superb.
Yeah. Forest were
small.
up and down in the 90s.
Yeah, small.
Forest were up and down in the 90s. Powerful, and tenacious.
Yeah, I don't know much about. I haven't watched them for a while, but Luton. No, they don't need to chat. You hate Luton. Maybe that's why we did that. As it went down.
There's a joke there somewhere.
There is. We're going to stay away from Luton Town, but yeah, bless her.
I was just wondering if there's a reason that she's. Like,
there's a big reason why she wants Luton Town to be done. Yeah, a big reason.
Everyone's
internal jokes for you guys.
It's not for consumption.
Jarvis has just seen the pound size being taken away. Demonetized.
So Jarvis was talking about that last night, Mikey, and it was put about last night that Carrick said that. But nobody's been able to corroborate.
It was AI. It was fake.
Nobody's been able to corroborate.
But it was a good quote. It was a good quote.
It's a brilliant quote. If he said it, it was an ace quote, but
he didn't say it.
Well, Jarvis spoke about it yesterday. It's so true. But unfortunately, I was like, I've watched his post-match press conference. I didn't see it there. But he does so many interviews with other companies. He could have said something similar. He could have. One of them could have pissed him right off because it sounded a pissed off quote. So,
well, Moyes was pissed off.
Why? Because he decided not to save West Ham.
Yeah, Moyes was very pissed off. Apparently, they went for him in the press conference a little bit. I thought it was a bit unfair, to be honest, but they didn't lay a glove on Tottenham anyway, did they? So
no,
they did at the last minute. Keeper pulls off that dive.
Yeah, but
he could have let it in. They still wouldn't have scored again, but you know.
But I think my old mate Barry was quality by all accounts. He didn't touch the ball once. I don't think he touched the ball once, but no, he was. He was given the time. That's it for the questions. Thank you all very, very much. We've got a.
You have 100 likes, Stu. 100 likes. Triple digits. Yes, guys. Thank you so much.
That's really good for us. We need that. Thank you all for the super chats and everyone that's been involved. Obviously, the season's over now, so there's going to be a little lull between. There's about a week and a bit, isn't there, before I think the first friendly comes out for the World Cup. Teams are going to start to, get together over the next few days. And we're off to Florida, I believe, England. I don't know where Norway's are going, but we're going to Florida as our base. So look out for notifications, I guess, on shows. We will be staying pretty regular. We are going to do some watch-alongs in the World Cup. Mark will be going live as well. And, of course, Nuruddin on United Real Therapy. He'll be going strong. So your best thing to do is keep an eye out for us. I've got quite a busy week. I'll be in Newcastle Thursday. You too, my darling. And back Friday. Meetings tomorrow. So I've got a busy week as well. But we'll be doing some shows. So keep an eye out for us.
We have the Champions League final coming up. That's this Saturday.
Saturday night. And Palace are playing Wednesday evening in the Europa Conference.
Yes. And we will also do the Norway watch-alongs.
We're going to be doing some watch-alongs, and we'll do the England watch-alongs as well.
Yeah.
Where possible, because obviously the timing's not great.
I was going to say, have you seen the times?
Yeah, the timings aren't great for us. So, but we'll be doing some of that. But England,
we have to sacrifice ourselves for the good cause of football.
We won't be doing much on England watch-alongs anyway, because we're fucking going to be out when we come to somebody serious. We're going to be out. There's been some big teams. Spain have left out all the Real Madrid players. Not one Real Madrid player in Spain's squad.
They've all been injured, though, haven't they? So, to be fair.
Stu, we are on the 2-hour 30-minute mark.
Yeah, sorry.
So
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Yeah,
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. You guys are amazing. 100 likes. And a quick reminder for you guys, I just want to show you something. This is amazing. Right now, we are on 1,898 subscribers, guys.
Oh,
so we are only 2 away from 1,900 subscribers. So, you know, if you can do me the honor and be the 1,900, you need to sub right now, because
we could put it another way, Jarvis. We could put it another way, old friend.
102 away from 2K.
Correct. And
that's
we
true,
would
but
like
we just need
1,900, but get us to 2K as quickly as you can, please.
And while you're at it, if you can get me to 2K that quick, I'll be happy. I'm at 151.
Guys, go subscribe to United Lens with Mark, but we need 2 more subscribers tonight. I want to reach that 1.9K.
1.9K.
Yes, and the last 100 had just gone like this. Swoop, last couple of days.
I think we'll be 1.9K tonight.
I hope so. But guys, I want to go to 2,000. That's the next target. Hopefully, we'll reach 2,000 before the World Cup, if this keeps on, and you guys showing up every time we do a show, and smash the like and subscribe and all of that jazz. Also, after the show, go give us a hype, you know, after the show has ended and YouTube has made this a video, you can hype the show if you have hype points. And also, please leave a comment in the non-live section, because I love talking to you guys off the record and have time to answer you properly. So guys, it's been a brilliant show. Thank you, Mark. Go subscribe to United Lens. Thank you, Stu. Go hug your wife. It's time to end the show.
Sorry about my I don't know what has gone on tonight, but there must be something in the air. But I would just like to say, get us to 10,000 subscribers as quickly as you can, because I'm going to say something now, and I'm deadly serious. My old mate, to my right, does a lot of work that you guys don't know behind the scenes. Trust me. He is working constantly, non-stop, to get the thumbnails right, to try and get the promos in. He's a father. I
don't use AI, by the way. I don't use AI.
It is you. It is you. That's it. I love you to bits, mate. I absolutely love you to bits. And I think this needs to be said. I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, and I haven't had a chance to talk about it. And I think people should know what you do. He's a young father. He's a business owner, and he's out the door at 6 a.m. Sometimes he's not back till 9 p.m, literally before we go live. And he's done all this during the day. And he, you know, Tactical Devils. Although I agree, Jarvis, it is us and Mark with us, but it is you.
Yes.
You are the kingpin behind this. So, big love to my big old friend, because I promise you now, he deserves every bit of plaudits you're given, because he is top drawer. So for him, get us to 2,000 as quickly as you can, please. And I genuinely mean that, mate. That's from me to you.
Thank you, Stu, for all those kind words. And you know, if you like the show, it's not just a one-man operation. It's all of us. So I would also want to thank Mark and Stu, and at least you guys in the live chat, always contributing and actually making the show. So again, thank you, everybody. And guys, it's been a brilliant show. As I said, like, subscribe, hype, all of that jazz. And we will be back as quick as possible. I don't know if Thursday is the right for Stu, but we will do something.
I'll be in a hotel room. I'll be in a hotel room, and providing I've got good signal, I can do Thursday. I've got to be at an evening event, but once that evening event is done, I will be back at the hotel, and I will be ready to fire up the laptop.
Yes. And by the way, Tyrone, it's not hard work. You know, it's a passion of mine.
It is a passion, yeah.
It's a passion of mine, and I really enjoy every second working on this channel with you guys, all of you. So thank you. And we also have a membership chat coming in from OB Cobbs saying member for 15 months. One of the legends came in early. Thank you, everybody. All the support we need from you guys. So thank you, everybody. And also, if you want, you can become a member for as little as £1.99. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. It's been a great show. We will see you on the next one. Have a good night, and bye.
Take care, guys.
Take care.